was having too much fun with this.
The timing on that is...
See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
What timing are you talking about?
The no's were perfectly timed.
I didn't even know they were there. Let's see now.
On this day.
Well,
Gina, you can do it today.
let's see now. Amy Winehouse has passed, hasn't she?
Yes.
She's passed.
She is passed.
All right.
She
So-
should have went. She
Because-
should have went to rehab.
Because on this day...
What?
On this
No,
day...
come on, Gina. Gina.
On this day...
There you go.
A little better. Yeah.
she would have been... So she died in 2011. So she died 6 years ago.
Oh, really?
She only would have been 34 today.
Really?
Yeah, she
That's
was,
how young she was when she died.
So it is confirmed she has passed.
She has passed.
Okay. So
She done drank herself to death.
She has passed.
Yeah. She had time to get a lot of tattoos. She lived probably more of a life in her young years than you have in your years, Gina.
I think I'd choose my way of going.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
I think that's absolutely the point.
That's not the point. She made her choice. You made yours. She lived hard and fast. As James Dean always said, live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse.
I think that's dumb.
Well, that's
It's a waste.
That's apparent that you do.
It's a waste.
I've managed to do both. I've managed to
You
live
should have
fast.
died years ago.
I should have died years ago. And I'm still okay looking. So I don't know how I've gotten away with it all these years, but yeah. Listen, this is just the part of the show where we screw around and so people love lists.
They do.
So I open this up and it's the New York Times and it's a list. And you'd think the New York Times, wow, you know, it's the big paper. They'd have a really interesting list.
Mm-hmm.
And it said 5 cheapish items you need for your bathroom. And I thought, well, it's the New York Times. It must be significant. No.
It's not?
No.
Well, what are they? They're only 5.
Pair of tweezers. Who doesn't have a pair of tweezers in their bathroom?
I got 2.
Yeah. Now, of course, they suggest tweezers from Tweezer Man.
I got them in my car.
Electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
Under sink storage.
Yeah.
A bathroom trash can that you don't hate.
Okay.
And a functional shower caddy.
So a shower.
What? Yeah.
I mean, a bathroom
Yeah.
is what they're saying you
Yeah,
should
I
have
don't-
in your bathroom.
I read this and I went, what is this doing?
The tweezer mans are good tweezers.
In the Gray Lady. Did you ever try those tweezers that have the little flashlight on them?
No.
They're really bad, really stupid.
Where does the light come out?
It's a genius idea, but it just comes down like toward the point of the toward.
Okay.
The light, Gina, the light shines behind you up in the sky because that would be effective.
Does the actual tweezer part light up
Would
the
you
end,
would you
or-
think about it for 1 second?
If Amy Winehouse had thought about it, she would still be here
She,
today.
boy, listen, you look at her. She didn't tweeze. That woman never tweezed anything.
Nope.
Did you ever? Just think about it. Where do you want the light? That's where the light shines.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, you keep them in your car, because sometimes you're at a
Rear view mirror.
stoplight.
Yeah, and everybody loves that, and then you hear the honking, and you go,
That's
"Oh,
true. The light's good
hey,
in
I'm
there.
tweezing here.
The light is good in there.
Tweezing here." All right, let's get this over with. We have to officially begin the program in just a couple of minutes. So,
Yes.
Your check-ins, the least popular feature that we've ever done. You call in and check in. Tell us if you're going to tweeze today. 877-602-9696 is the number. 877-602-9696. Call, check in, tell us what you're doing, how hard you're going to work. That'll determine how hard we work. And there is a prize for a random person calling in to check in. Tickets to see The Used. And so if you're tweezing in your car,
And just distracted driving.
and then you get in an accident,
Oh, yeah.
I'm betting the advocates will say you were doing what? Well, we won't take your case.
But if you were not tweezing and the other person was tweezing,
And rammed into you.
There you go.
There's a case. There's a personal injury case right there. And the advocates would love to hear from you in the event of that kind of thing. That's one of the first questions they ask, by the way. Was the other driver tweezing? 877. No. Their number is 801-355-5550.
And it doesn't matter whose fault it was, actually. We're saying,
no,
this
that's
is only.
true.
No, it could be your fault. You could be injured in an accident of your own causing, and your insurance company will still have to pay for things, and you need an advocate to help you deal with that.
So call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't charge you any money unless they take your case and get you a settlement. You can also chat with a lawyer live online 24 hours a day at utahodvocates.com.
Strong Volkswagen and X96 present
My grandpa never said that. What was that all about?
Fine, I won't say anything.
No, we're not saying don't say anything. We're trying to. For how many years have you been here? We're trying to still teach you. Please say things. But, wait for a break in the sentence. When someone is in mid-sentence, you don't start talking.
I might forget what I was going to say.
There is that. There is that.
I have to say it
There's an unplanned course change being fed into the instrument, sir.
the minute it comes to me.
No, Leanne, we're not going to stop being mean to Gina. Go away. I'm not answering that call.
Well, no, let me talk to Leanne. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, Leanne, have you been listening this morning?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think of being particularly mean to Gina.
Well, okay, you guys are always picking on her at some point. You have to be nice to her.
Why?
I might cry.
Yeah, see?
I think...
Don't make Gina cry.
Okay.
That's not nice.
Leanne,
we
you
won't.
and Gina are single-handedly putting women's rights into the Middle Ages. All right? You fight like hell for equal rights to work just like the men, and then you get here and expect special treatment.
No, it's not special treatment. It's called don't be mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's special
Just
treatment.
Don't be mean.
Don't be
That's all
mean
there
or
is
you
to
might
it.
make her cry.
You have to understand Carrie's mean to everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
You're
Leanne.
welcome. I
See
love
la-
you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my God. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
You're a great Americanist. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to tell you to be nice to Gina. That's all I wanted.
Okay, thanks.
I was feeling sad for her.
See,
No.
you were going to cry for me,
No.
huh?
I was.
No.
I think I had a couple of tears welling
Michelle,
up, and
do
I
you
thought,
think
you know
that-
what? This is wrong.
Michelle, do you think women need special
No, wait a
treatment in the
minute.
workplace?
I never said they needed special treatment.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No.
Okay, then.
Michelle,
But there's a difference between special treatment and just common courtesy.
Michelle.
Being nice.
Michelle, is it common courtesy? Now, have you've been listening this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get through this feature.
Yeah.
And Gina is saying, "Oh, that's what happened to the."
How is that common courtesy?
So you know what I did? I stopped and said, "Well, then tell us all about it." Apparently,
you were being
it's
sarcastic.
apparently.
And then you yelled at her a
I
minute
didn't-
later for like
I-
5 minutes. You
I
guys
didn't-
didn't stop.
I-
You just
All
kept
right,
going
No, I
Michelle.
didn't yell.
and
Michelle.
going.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
All right.
Michelle. Is it common courtesy to interrupt someone when they're speaking?
No, but she said she was sorry.
I'm
But
very
she says
sorry.
she's sorry every day.
But I'm really, really sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Michelle's right. Gina said she was
said,
sorry.
I'm sorry, and you kept going, and you kept going, and I thought, that poor girl is either
Again,
gonna cry or
Michelle,
quit.
you and Gina are setting back women's rights 30 or 40 years.
I have to disagree with you.
I think it's
Just
only 20.
apologize, Michelle.
Michelle,
Just tell Carrie you're sorry.
you're wrong, and you know why?
Why am
Because
I
you're a
wrong?
woman. That's why, okay?
But thanks for
If
trying.
I were as smart as you guys, I'd know when to
Facebook and then like it.
All right.
Time.
Officially begin the show.
All right, the official beginning of the Radio from Hell show.
Brought to you by Utah Presents One Man Star Wars Trilogy, one night only, Friday, September 29th at Kingsbury Hall. Tickets at utahpresents.org.
And he's Canadian.
It's a selling point.
Yeah. All right, the moon is a waning crescent moon, 36% of full. We'll have a new moon, a brand new moon. Get a new start on things on September 19th. That'll occur at 11:29 p.m. But as for today, the moon will set at 4 p.m. Today being Thursday. It's the 14th day of September in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most avaricious morning broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show, Richard Manbun Stedman. Dylan Allred is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. I don't know if I didn't see a helper
Nick's
today.
here.
Oh, Nick's your buddy, Nick Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Think Big Daddy Davis is here. Nick is here. It is, of course, September. Oh, by the way, it's National. I looked at this really quickly, and I thought it said National Vagina Day, but it's Virginia Day.
What day is National Vagina Day?
I'll look that up if you'd like. National Virginia Day. It's Eat a Hoagie Day, and it's Cream-Filled Donut Day.
I like that.
National Cream-Filled Donut Day is held annually September 14th to recognize one of our favorite foods, whether you enjoy a vanilla, chocolate, or many of the other varieties. Cream-Filled Donuts offer many ways to satisfy your sweet tooth.
Ask for them by name.
Ask for Cream-Filled Donuts. And, of course, it's September, so here is your Z word of the day. The word today is Zequias.
Never heard of that word.
Zequias. It's a noun, Zequias, and it's a man who can handle more than one woman at once, usually called a playa. Also, a Zequias, your Z word of the day.
That's a hard one. There's no obvious place to stop it.
All right.
I like it when you start it there.
I'll start with the hook next time. Let's begin the check-ins then.
They're brought to you by The Used. They're coming Sunday, November 26th at the Complex. Tickets are available at ticketfly.com and thecomplexslc.com, and a random checker-inner will receive tickets to The Used.
All right. 877-602-9696. Let's begin with Devin, who won the tickets.
Oh, hi, Devin.
Hi. Thanks for letting me listen. Yeah, I won the tickets. I'm pretty excited.
Have you ever seen The Used in concert?
I've never seen them live, no.
Yeah, they're pretty dang good, that's for sure.
Utah's own.
So, Devin, oh, by the way, there is a line open, 877-602-9696. It's line 1 if you care. So, Devin, what are you doing today? What's up?
Well, I have to go into work early because I have a dental cleaning this afternoon, and I always like how I feel after those. So
I love a dental cleaning.
You feel good after a dental cleaning, eh?
You do.
Yeah.
I do, at least.
Yeah, your teeth are all slippery.
And I was in such a hurry, I forgot to put on socks today.
What? What sort of shoes are you wearing without socks?
Well, I wear like kind of the minimalist running shoes because they're nice, they're breathable.
Yeah.
But I keep some extra socks at work, I think.
So this is an ongoing problem for you forgetting your socks. I see.
Well, I just like to be prepared.
You know, it's
extra socks at work.
You know what causes that? Too much dental hygiene causes you to forget your socks. Yeah. All right. Well, Devin, have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Just extra socks.
Jeb is checking.
Jeb. I can't do that the right way.
No, you're sick.
Jeb.
Jeb, what do you have going on today?
I just got to work. Thanks for letting me listen.
What do you do, Jeb?
I am a truck driver.
Okay.
I move dirt around. I'm a big boy that plays with dirt.
All right, yeah.
Fulfills my life.
Yeah. But you had something on your mind, right?
Yep. If you guys could give it at least 96.3%, that'd be swell, because I woke up at 4 a.m. to work out this morning, and I hate working out.
You know, that was very clever of you, Jeb, to incorporate our frequency into your request.
You could have a job in radio promotions.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
That's all they do.
Yeah, come on over. We'll hire you as an assistant right today.
That is all we do in our
like playing with
promotions
big
meeting.
toys too much.
Actually, you're sort of overqualified because our promotions people also need to know how to move dirt around. So.
Yep.
All right, Jeb. Thanks for calling us.
All right. Bye, Jeb.
Thank you.
See ya.
Let's go to Candace. Hello, Candace.
Candace. Yeah. There are lines open. 877-602-9696. Candace, what are you doing today?
I just dropped my husband off to work and going home to get my kids ready for school. So
And then
today's my day off from work.
What does your husband do for work?
He works for an oil company.
I'm sorry. Well,
So
yeah. And then you do what for work?
I am a server at Tsunami.
I've been there many
the
times.
sushi restaurant. It is good. It's really good.
Been there many times. I thought for sure your husband works for an oil company, and you were going to tell us that you worked for some sort of, that you worked at a coal-fired power plant.
Which
It would sound right.
Which location of Tsunami do you work at?
Traverse Mountain.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't been to that one.
No, I go to Sugar House.
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the first
Absolutely
one, the
beautiful.
Sugar House one.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks
Candace.
for checking in, Candace.
We'll see you.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys.
All right.
Tsunami's good because there's fried things there I'll eat.
Well, most sushi places have. I'm not a big. It's like I don't eat sashimi and stuff like that. I like a roll, and some of them that have been fried.
Des Moines Ghost checking in this morning. 30% will do.
Okay.
Glad that Des Moines Ghost is allowing us that.
Low standards.
Mike Mitchell checking in. Going
Dr.
to play
Mike.
beekeeper and bee educator, volunteering at the Utah State Fair.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's great. Hey, Mike, I'm out of honey. I had to buy some Sue Bee honey. Or no, it was Miller's. That's a local one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought some Miller's the other day.
Dan from Saratoga Springs checking in. 95.9% because he's listening to the other signal in Utah County. So that's what he's doing.
Very good, very good.
All right. Yeah, don't forget we have that second signal in Utah County. Vicky and the Angel checking in. It's Thirsty Thursday. Only breed about 40% to get to 3:30. That must be code, some sort of other rival morning show code that I just gave out.
Meg, the manager, people that steal from my store suck. That's all. You know what they're stealing from you, Meg? Those Tweezer Man tweezers.
They're very good.
Because she works at the Rite Aid. That's where you
Oh,
get
is that
them.
the Rite Aid lady? Yeah.
Let's see. Dick Clark checking in. Happy National Vagina Day. Too late. Can't take it back.
It's out. You put it
Virginia.
out
It's
there.
out there. Sorry.
You put it
Virginia
out there.
Day.
Let's go to Adam. Adam?
Adam?
Good morning, sir. How we doing?
Good. What's up with you today? What's give an accounting of yourself?
I'm your daily morning bartender. I've checked in before with you guys.
We need a bartender here in the morning.
An official bartender?
Yeah, I think we should have a wet bar here in the studio, and just start the day with some Bloody Marys, and by the end of the show, move on to Manhattans.
I'm your guy.
Where do you tend the bar?
At the airport squatters.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. That's a. I wish we could go. If you are just, you can't just go out to the airport and go to a restaurant or a
Used
bar,
to be
can
able
you?
to.
Yeah.
That may happen again with this new one.
Well,
Oh,
May be able to
really?
do that.
with this new one, the new terminal they're building.
They're going to structure it in a way that you go past security after all that?
There may be some restaurant / bar on the outside.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam. See ya.
Cheers.
We got to round out these. Felicia. Felicia is checking.
Felicia.
Hi there.
Yeah. What are you doing today?
Oh, I'm just getting to work early, drinking my coffee.
What do you work, my dear?
Yeah, I do contract entry.
Contract
at a
entry.
phone book company.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, enjoy that today. And it doesn't sound like enough to keep the mind alive.
That's why she has the coffee.
Yeah, that's why I have coffee.
right.
Exactly.
All right, Felicia. Good
Have
luck.
a lovely day.
We'll see you. And let's go to Christina.
Christina, what are you doing?
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm on my way to work.
Yeah, where do you work?
I work at an inpatient residential treatment center for people with mental illness.
Now, if these people have mental illness, why are you so impatient? An impatient mental. I just don't
You
get
need
that.
patience with them.
Hi-oh.
Yeah, it's very,
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for checking in, Christina, and have a great day.
Thank you.
See ya.
You too.
All right, we'll see
Get
you.
that impatient.
I get yeah.
Well, I guess we ought to work today.
I really would rather not.
I'd rather not.
Did you have a bad night?
No, I had a fine night. I'd just rather be home with my puppies.
Always.
Or I'd like to be at Snowbird. That would be nice.
Snowbird.com is where you can find out all of the stuff. Go there for information, but the only way you'll really find out how great it is to go to Snowbird is by going to Snowbird.
They have these getaway packages. Go stay for the weekend, especially during Oktoberfest. That's a good time to do that.
Oktoberfest is in full swing, continues every weekend through
October 15th.
This weekend. This is
no, October.
Oh, October. This is September. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm pushing ahead.
No, we got another month.
They start early.
Yeah. So they still got plenty of time for Oktoberfest. Make it a weekend escape, as Gina said. You can go to snowbird.com and get tickets for that. Also, the summer activities passes are available online, and register your kids in the mountain school winter programs to teach. This is a place where you can leave them while you go skiing, and they teach them skiing and snowboarding and other skills. So go to snowbird.com for more.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Good morning. Let's see. We've got big delays. I-215 westbound northbound from Valley Fair Mall, just past the 201 freeway. You wouldn't think it'd be that backed up this early in the morning, but it is. If you see anything, you can text it to us and let us know. 33986.
All right. We got big boy news coming up after these and geek news on the radio. Stand by.
John Smith has a big wingding.
My grandpa never said that. What was that all about?
Fine, I won't say anything.
No, we're not saying don't say anything. We're trying to. For how many years have you been here? We're trying to still teach you. Please say things. But, wait for a break in the sentence. When someone is in mid-sentence, you don't start talking.
I might forget what I was going to say.
There is that. There is that.
There's an unplanned course change being fed into the instrument, sir.
The minute it comes to me.
No, Leanne, we're not going to stop being mean to Gina. Go away. I'm not answering that call.
Well, no, let me talk to Leanne. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, Leanne, have you been listening this morning?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think of being particularly mean to Gina.
Well, okay, you guys are always picking on her at some point. You have to be nice to her.
Why?
I might cry.
Yeah, see?
I think...
Don't make Gina cry.
Okay.
Leanne, you and Gina are single-handedly putting women's rights into the Middle Ages. All right? You fight like hell for equal rights to work just like the men, and then you get here and expect special treatment.
No, it's not special treatment. It's called don't be mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's special treatment.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean or you might make her cry.
You have to understand Carrie's mean to everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
You're
Leanne.
welcome. I love you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my God. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
You're a great Americanist. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to tell you to be nice to Gina. That's all I wanted.
Okay, thanks.
I was feeling sad for her.
See, you were going to cry for me, huh?
I was.
No.
I think I had a couple of tears welling
Michelle,
up,
do
and I
you
thought,
think
you know
that...
what? This is wrong.
Michelle, do you think women need special treatment in the workplace?
I never said they needed special treatment.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No.
Okay, then.
Michelle.
But there's a difference between special treatment and just common courtesy.
Michelle.
Being nice.
Michelle, is it common courtesy? Now, have you've been listening this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get through this feature.
Yeah.
And Gina is saying, oh, that's what happened to the...
How is that common courtesy?
So you know what I did? I stopped and said, well, then tell us all about it. Apparently
you were being sarcastic.
Apparently...
And then you yelled at her a minute later for like 5 minutes. You guys didn't stop. You just
all right,
kept going.
No,
Michelle,
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
And going.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
Right.
Michelle. Is it common courtesy to interrupt someone when they're speaking?
No, but she said she was sorry.
But
very
she says
sorry.
she's sorry every day.
But I'm really, really sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Michelle's right. Gina said she was
said,
sorry.
I'm sorry, and you kept going, and I thought, that poor girl is either
Again,
gonna cry or
Michelle,
quit.
you and Gina are setting back women's rights 30 or 40 years.
I have to disagree with you.
I think it's
Just
only 20.
apologize, Michelle.
Michelle,
just tell Carrie you're sorry.
You're wrong, and you know why?
Why am
Because
I
you're a
wrong?
woman. That's why, okay?
But thanks for
If
trying.
I were as smart as you guys, I'd know when.
Lords of Morning Radio. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on X96.
All right. Geek news coming up, but right now, big boy news and a Pinuendo brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right, Gina.
Yeah.
Get ready for this. This is a hygiene story.
Ooh.
A barber in the Chinese city of Chengdu does some very odd things to his customers. He shaves their eyeballs.
What? Oh, my God, there's a picture. Oh!
You can go to x96.com/live.
Ugh.
Zhang Guahu is one of the few barbers in the world still practicing this age-old art of eyeball shaving.
There's no hair.
You read
on
that
your
right.
Eyeballs.
Here's what they shave. The 62-year-old actually puts a sharp razor, right on the eyeballs of his patrons and scrapes off any dirt and residue that might be there.
You heard of Visine, China?
No, that just leaves it. There's no zero res in Visine. Visine leaves behind a sticky residue. As terrifying as this looks, Zhang claims that in 40 years of eyeball shaving, he has never injured anyone. Eyeball shaving was used in hospitals in the early 20th century to treat trachoma, a bacterial infection that is a most common infectious disease to cause blindness in the world, according to the World Health Association. Back then, eye shaving was a way to scrape away the ulcers and scar tissue under trachoma patients' eyelids and stimulate the eyes enough to create some liquid that would moisten the eye sockets. But Guaozhong, deputy director of the ophthalmology department at the Sichuan Province People's Hospital, tells the local newspaper that eyeball shaving is potentially dangerous.
Potentially?
And has been phased out, as have other more cutting-edge and less cutting treatments have become available.
What if you sneeze?
What you do is you
earthquake.
Now I don't have the drop ready, but I was watching this, Believe It or Not type show.
Oh, I remember this.
And there's a woman in a village somewhere who would do the same thing, except she would lick your eyeballs.
Lick your eye to clean them.
Clean them.
Yeah.
People would line up outside her hut.
Yes.
For eyeball lick. Well, at least that's soft. I mean,
that makes more sense to me than this.
Shaving the eyeball.
No.
This just looks like a bad idea.
I don't know. People say they feel great when it's done, and they see better. Democratic leaders, that being Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, last night declared that they had a deal with President Trump Let me tell them what they had the deal. They thought they had the deal for, and then Gina, I'm perfectly capable of telling them what's going on.
All right.
Democratic leaders on Wednesday declared that they had a deal with President Trump to quickly extend protections for young undocumented immigrants and to finalize a border security package that does not include the wall. But, Gina, what?
But he's up tweeting this morning already.
Yeah. He's pushing
backtracking.
Pushing back on it, saying, hey, wait a minute, no, wait a minute.
You know me. I'm like the wind.
Now, if I heard the tweets correctly, he's already done 2 contradictory tweets, though. At first he said, no deal, there was no deal there, we haven't decided. And then he tweeted again something about,
he said, I can read him to you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No deal was made last night on DACA. This was 2 hours ago he tweeted this. Massive border security would have to be agreed to in exchange for consent, would be subject to vote. Then he said, the wall, which is already under construction, which has been under construction for years, will continue to be built. And then he said this on a separate, does anybody really want to throw out good, educated, accomplished young people who have jobs serving in the military? Really? To which Twitter went nuts saying, you mean like the transgendered people you want to kick out of the military? Those educated, accomplished young people?
But I mean, as far as the dreamers go, he's all over the place with this morning.
Well, he apparently watched Hannity last night then before he went to bed because Hannity was all over him for cooperating with Pelosi. You can't trust her.
All right.
So that's what happened. He saw that last night and went, "Oh,
I better not. I better pretend that I didn't say I had because they apparently Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi went to the White House last night for Chinese food with the president, and apparently they didn't come out and lie about this. No. Now I don't think Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi should have come out and said, "Hey, guess what?" They should have kept it to themselves.
Exactly.
An internal affairs investigation into 2 Salt Lake City police officers involved in the arrest of a university hospital nurse has found several department policies were violated during the confrontation on July 26. Salt Lake City Mayor Jackie Biskupski announced the investigative findings yesterday in a news conference. In addition, she discussed a recently completed review by the city's Independent Police Civilian Review Board, which also found the officers had violated department policies. Detective Jeff Payne and his watch commander, Lieutenant James Tracy, now have 20 days to respond to the internal affairs investigation, after which Chief Mike Brown will use the reports to make a decision on the officers' future. Tracy and Payne could face consequences as severe as termination by the department. A criminal investigation into the incident also continues, involving the Unified Police Department, the FBI, and the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office. So everybody's looking into this. Everybody's wondering what to do. I think I heard a quote from someone who said, it does appear that one of the officers, and I assume it's Payne, just let his emotions get the better of him. That's what happened. They essentially said he overreacted. His emotions got too high, and he overreacted.
Which I don't understand, because at least in the video that I saw, she was very even-keeled.
Right at first, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, until he grabbed her. Yeah. So as far as his emotions getting, you know what I mean? It's not like she was yelling at him, and so he started yelling at her. She was very calm. And
it doesn't sound good for him, because in the report, investigators wrote, this is the Independent report, I believe, Payne's conduct was inappropriate, unreasonable, unwarranted, discourteous, disrespectful, and has brought significant disrepute on both you as a police officer and the department as a whole. Quote, you demonstrated extremely poor professional judgment, especially for an officer with 27 years of experience, which calls into question your ability to effectively serve the public and the department in a manner that inspires the requisite trust, respect, and confidence. That doesn't sound good for Officer Payne, does it?
No.
Let's see, Senator Hatch. Orrin Hatch.
No, this is a good thing.
Took to the Senate floor in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Yesterday to introduce a bill that would allow research into medical marijuana.
We're also looking for volunteers.
And he did it with a little humor. Mr. President, it's high time.
Oh, look what I did.
Ow.
My staff wrote that for me. It's high time to address research into medical marijuana, Hatch said. Our country has experimented with a variety of state solutions without properly delving into the weeds on the effectiveness, safety, and dosing, the administration and quality of medical marijuana.
The puns are a fun way to convey my message.
This is either a good thing or it could be a bad thing. It could be the federal government trying to slap some controls on things and shut down what's going on in the states, because they can say, look, we're going to put a halt to all of this until we, the federal government, do this research.
Yeah,
that's what I think's going on.
Yeah, I don't trust Orrin when it comes to this.
No, I don't trust him.
No,
I don't trust him with anything.
No,
exactly.
I do when it comes to this, because this falls into your nutritional crazy story supplement-y stuff that he likes. You know what I mean? It sort of goes.
He is one of the believers in the Lord has put things on this earth for us to use.
Seriously,
animals and plants and all of that.
So you've been smoking hop?
And let's see. Here are the 5 most and least happy U.S. states. And let's see if we can know which one of them have legalized marijuana. So the least happy.
How did they determine who's happy and who's not?
It's Wallet Hub does these things all the time.
Because if it's based on antidepressant prescriptions, we're going to be way down on the list.
No, it says that they surveyed people, and the 3 metrics were how emotionally and physically well their citizens are. So this is done through surveying people, work environment, and community gauges such as average leisure time, volunteer rate, and volunteer rate. Okay? So here we go. The least happy states. West Virginia. No, I don't think there's any marijuana legalized there. Oklahoma. Certainly not there. Louisiana. No. These are the least happy states. Alabama.
They're not happy because they're poor.
And Arkansas. Well, they're in the South.
They're poor. That's why they're not.
It's the humidity.
And here are
unhappy.
The bug. We got
and the happiest states.
Yes.
Minnesota. Utah. Hawaii. California, and now Nebraska. I don't get. Nebraska's too flat to be.
I don't
happy.
believe Nebraska.
I don't get that. But those are there. They are. So, and that's it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Celebrate autumn at Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest. Escape for the whole weekend with the Oktoberfest getaway package, including lodging, daily breakfast, and all-day activity pass from $105 per person per night. Get all the details at snowbird.com. Well, the Cleveland Indians, they won again. They're 21.
And that's a record for the American League.
Oh, is that not the...
No, that's a record for the American League. Some team in the National League has won 27 in a row in 1915.
Oh yeah, no, I meant it's but go Indians. I don't know. Serena Williams has released a photo of her baby.
It's cute.
Alexis Olympia, she's adorable. So congratulations to Serena. And the NFL is worried.
I should be.
Nobody's going to their games.
Yeah. Well.
There are picture after picture after picture of empty NFL stadiums.
Yeah.
The biggest one is in L.A., which they're building a new stadium, so they're playing in the soccer stadium. So it's only 27,000 people. So it's smaller than Bryce Eccles Stadium. A third full.
Yeah. Really?
Now, when the soccer team plays there, they sell it out.
Interesting. Well, I've been seeing a lot of online calls to boycott the NFL, and I'm just glad that everybody else caught up with me. I've been boycotting it for all of my life.
I mean, I've been saying lately, I think we're seeing we're going to see the NFL just kind of wither away.
You have called that.
Unless they change things somehow with
the head injury.
The head injury thing is what's causing most of it.
That's a lot of it, but a lot of it is people are Kerry Jackson. And they have...
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
How don't you insult him
although,
like that?
I did read today about this new bundling package that they're going to be offering that has no sports.
Because you don't care about that.
It's a no sports bundling package that's available for your TV coming soon.
But yeah, meaning you got a good setup at home, and why go out?
Yeah. I don't know for a fact. I'm speculating that tickets are very expensive.
They are.
They are.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
So that's your sports. Weather, fall. It's here. It's yay! It'll be 80 today, which is cooler than it has been. Thunderstorms will start most likely this afternoon. Better chance of them tomorrow, and much cooler tomorrow.
There were spotty sprinkles overnight.
Yeah, but we'll have like actual thunderstorms later today and into the evening, which I love. Brought to you by. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. Southbound I-15 is having a slowage between Layton Hills Mall and Shepherd Lane. Delays I-215 westbound northbound from Valley Fair Mall. There was a multi-vehicle crash there earlier that's still causing slowage. And no accident to report in Utah County, but northbound I-15 slowage coming up over Point of the Mountain. I'm going to check our message stream quickly because friends of the program are so generous helping us out with traffic. 33986 is the text code if you would like to send that in.
All right. Thank you very much. Is this a sponsor, Gina?
Of course. It's always our friends at Cabin Fever. They love. Do you know why they love to sponsor geek news on the radio?
Because they're geeks.
Because they're geeks, and they have all your geek merchandise.
And they have radios too.
Action figures, playing cards, jigsaw puzzles, gift books. Cabin Fever carries a large selection of licensed merchandise located in the heart of Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
All right, brand new episode of GeekShowPodcast.com. If you listen to it, you'll find out how you can attend our free show that we're putting on next week, next Saturday night at 50 West. All the details are there.
You have to be 21, right?
You do have to be 21. Let's see. Now, the big news this week was that Colin Trevorrow, someday I'll learn how to say his name.
You don't have to anymore because he's gone.
Because he's gone. He's no longer directing Star Wars Episode 9. J.J. Abrams is stepping in, which made everyone very happy. But making everyone very sad is that now that he has signed on to direct, Disney has pushed the film's release date back 7 months.
Because he needs time to
get up to speed.
The as-yet untitled Episode 9 will now open December 20th. Now, they had it scheduled for May 24th of 2019 because they wanted to get back to that tradition.
Memorial Day.
Of May was when the Star Wars movies open, and that was a tradition. They wanted to get back to that. But I think this is smarter because they own Christmas. You know, if you open on December 20th, you own Christmas. And everyone will go see the Star Wars movie at Christmas time.
And probably more than once.
So, and the other thing about this is that it will be competing with Wonder Woman 2. Hits theaters 1 week before it. So, again, everybody rules Christmas. Speaking of Christmas and Wonder Woman, they have signed officially Patty Jenkins is returning to direct the sequel. She did not have a deal.
I hope she got a boatload of money.
Sources say Jenkins will receive directing and writing fees in the high seven figures.
Good.
I think somewhere in the $7 to $9 million range.
Good.
I think rather than a boatload, she accepted a deposit into her bank account.
And also regarding Christmas and Star Wars, I'm going to give you parents a lesson right now.
Okay.
About what your Christmas will entail.
Oh, this is where Carrie helps you with early shopping.
What we have to buy.
Yes. Now, Force Friday was a couple of weeks ago. Force Friday 2, that is. That's when they release all the new Star Wars toys. And the most sought-after character that everyone was looking for is a Porg.
A what?
A
Porg.
I don't know what that is.
P-O-R-G, Porg. You don't know what it is? I'm going to teach you what it is, because this is going to be your coming Christmas this December. Because you remember the island that Luke is on at the end of Force Awakens?
Yes.
Yes.
He and the Porgs live there.
So this is not something we've seen.
Not something that you've
How
seen
do
yet.
kids know they want it if we haven't seen it yet?
Because they will.
Google image Porg, and you'll see why.
Are they cute?
They are adorable. Oh, look at that. Look at that, cute. Isn't that cute?
They got big eyes.
Big eyes. They look like a cross between a penguin and an otter, kind of a thing.
But
there it is. See, it's
they-
x96.com/live.
Do we find out, though, that they eat human flesh?
Well, people are worried that they will be the Ewoks of this
Yeah.
franchise, and there are people who do not like the Ewoks.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Ewoks.
I like the Ewoks. Okay, Star Wars fans. So I'm teaching you about Porgs.
Okay, help me.
They are residents of Ahch-To, which is the planet where you find Luke on that island.
Okay.
They build nests.
Yeah, they look like little birds.
Yeah,
Kinda.
they can fly.
Okay.
Their babies are called Porglets.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Here are more informations about the Porgs. They are seabirds.
Okay.
They are not flightless, though, like the penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Porg coloring varies. Male Porgs are slightly larger than female Porgs. They can fly short distances. They are inquisitive.
Mm-hmm.
And the babies are called Porglets. So there you go.
Do they talk?
They make cute little sounds.
Okay.
So that's just a heads up
I'm
for
telling-
your Christmas time.
There's going to be some little twist that makes them kind of creepier.
I hope you're right. I know that they are. I have also been told that they are not happy that people are there. They are not happy that Luke was on the island there with them.
You know what? They're gonna end up being like Tribbles.
Could be.
In that they are in everything all the time.
Could be.
You know, they ruin equipment because they get in equipment. And
I never believed that Ewoks were going to eat people.
I know that was the problem.
You never bought that they were flesh eaters?
No,
you didn't. And that was
I was
part of the
never
problem.
worried that they were gonna.
That's part. That was kind of the problem.
I knew that they weren't going to eat Harrison Ford because it's Harrison Ford. I knew that.
That's how you knew everything
That's
was
how
okay.
I knew.
We didn't ever see him eat anybody. Though.
I know. I just
They didn't. There were no stew pods.
They look like they eat.
They had the fire. They had them dangling over the fire.
But they should have had stew pods with human bones all over the place.
They should have had some bones.
Yeah.
Like a wall of skulls.
If you're gonna do it, go for it.
Well, now think about it. They laid a trap and they caught Chewie initially with some sort of dead animal that was in the thing, and that's how they got caught. Because always thinking with your stomach. Remember that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they did have some sort of.
Okay.
Anyway, Hellboy is the next thing. You remember Ed Skrein stepped down.
They wanted an Asian person for.
The character is Asian, and they didn't cast an Asian, and he said, "I'm not going to play it. I didn't know. I'm terribly sorry." They are in talks now with Daniel Day Kim to play this character, Major Ben
from
Diamo,
Hawaii Five-0.
Hawaii Five-0
Lost, yeah,
and Lost.
that guy,
So they're talking to him about playing it. And also, speaking of Hellboy, Google image this morning, your latest look at what David Harbour, the new actor, is going to look like playing Hellboy. They've got him in full makeup and costume.
Is Ron Perlman going to have anything in this?
Nope, not at all. But there is images now of David Harbour as Hellboy.
Oh,
and,
he looks good.
Yeah, he looks like the character. And everybody says, wow, he looks like Ron Perlman. I went, well, yeah, they did makeup to make him look like the character. That's why he looks like the character. They all look like the character because it's makeup.
But Ron Perlman naturally looked like that, though.
He didn't need makeup.
Except for the,
Well,
red
he
part.
had the muscle suit. Ron Perlman had a muscle suit.
No, it was the red makeup he didn't need.
And let's see, finally this. IMAX CEO Rich Gelfond said there were no plans to bring scary clown movie It to IMAX. Then they saw the buzz that it was getting.
Yeah.
See, they had put all their money in the Inhumans thing that they did.
That nobody cared about.
And is now, it's jumped up to 8% on Rotten Tomatoes now. So it's a big 8%. It went from 0 to 8 overnight. They were planning on that filling their theaters. But then they made a quick last-minute deal to get It into IMAX.
Well, good for them.
Wiping the sweat off of everyone's brow.
Well, there's a picture of Patton Oswalt here at dinner with Ron Perlman and David Harbour.
Yeah, he did a summit to bring them all together
so
that the fans would be fine with a new Hellboy. Yeah.
Patton, make it okay.
He did make it okay.
I'm sure he did.
Yes.
Southbound crash at Glover's Lane. Delays are stretching to 200 North in Kaysville. Quite a bit of slowage, actually, so far this morning. Also still seeing delays. I-215 westbound northbound from Valley Fair Mall just past the 201 freeway due to an earlier multi-car crash. And a couple of friends of the program are stuck in that. They've been texting us. I-215 northbound parking lot in West Valley. Sorry you guys are stuck in that, but thanks for letting us know. They texted it to us, 33986.
All right, so we got round one of the boners, but right after this, it's Beat Gina.
Oh, it's Nicolas Cage trivia.
Cage trivia.
And it's for a Prohibition gift card.
Yes, so line up right now, 877-602-9696.
But you have to have a prize to offer Gina if you lose. That's how we determine who the contestant is. Gina gets to pick.
I got my Trader Joe's cookie butter cookies. I can bring those in for
please.
Right. I won those last week.
So 877-602-9696. Call and play. Diamonds Direct.
Yes, Diamonds Direct. They've cut out the middleman. They go.
Here's what
that means. They're based directly in Tel Aviv. So
that means that they get the raw diamonds in Tel Aviv. They have their own diamond cutters, and then they cut the diamonds and send them directly to the store, so they can sell them for less money because they're not paying somebody to cut them for them.
And right now they have a special offer. This is really terrific. 5 years, no interest, nothing down on any purchase at Diamonds Direct. 5 years, zero interest, and you don't have to put any money down. This, of course, on approval of credit. So how about a $5,000 GIA certified diamond, and you pay around $85 a month, or a $3,000 diamond eternity band, only $50 a month. So, that's 60 months worth. So what you just pick any item, take the price, divide by 60, and that'll be your ridiculously low monthly payment.
That's a hell of a deal.
It's Diamonds Direct, an amazing place, really a beautiful showroom. They're at 6400 South. They're on the south side of the Fashion Place Mall, Diamonds Direct.
Suicide prevention starts...
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
I got caught in an embarrassing moment this morning.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear.
Here at work. Already, I've been at work about an hour now, and already caught in an embarrassing moment.
Are you saving it?
No, I'll tell you right now. I came in the back door, as I always do. I kind of hope Chris is listening. I don't know Chris's last name.
Mancow.
Yeah, Chris Mancow.
Sure.
Yeah. So Chris is a board operator here in the building, and he tends to another radio station. He's a very nice guy, very quiet guy, very shy, I believe. Mm-hmm. Probably if he's hearing this, is embarrassed to hell that I'm even mentioning him on the radio. He's a very shy guy. So I come in the building this morning, and I'm walking down the long corridor there, and there down at the end of the corridor is a copy machine. And on the copy machine is sitting a big, it's like a briefcase, suitcase kind of thing.
Okay.
It looks like a toolbox, but not metal. It's a cord,
Okay.
fabric kind of stuff. What do they call that? Cordova. No. Anyway. So it's a big case with buckles on it and everything. And it's sitting there it's just out of place. It's odd. I've never seen it sitting there before. It's sitting, what is that? I think to myself. So then I think.
How curious were you?
I open it up and start rifling through it. Look at this. Look at this. And I mean, there was nothing particularly strange.
Wait a minute,
in there.
you saw someone's luggage lying around and you just opened it?
Well, yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from the announcements at the airport?
or anything from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
God.
And I thought in my mind, maybe the reason I opened it is I thought, I wonder if because it looks like one of those things that the copy guy brings with his tools in it.
Okay.
To repair the copier. But I start going through it, and it's obviously somebody's briefcase. It's got some CDs in there, library books. There's an orange in there. I went through it pretty extensive. No, I didn't.
Sounds like you cataloged all of the stuff in there.
This is all stuff that I could sort of see right there. And as I'm kind of going through it, Chris comes up the hall the other way and goes, "Hey, that's mine." And I went, "Oh,
I'm sorry."
I thought it was the copy guys.
Because if it was the copy guys, that would have been okay to go.
Well, it was my duty to investigate as a junior TSA trainee.
TSA, which really does mean to stand around. I'm just convinced of it.
No, so sorry. I apologize to Chris, and I'll apologize again. But just I'm just standing there going through his stuff, and here comes the shyest guy in the building, going, "Hey."
X96.3 and X96.com. Fear him for his words, not his stature.
It's just a few thoughts.
A few brilliant thoughts. Follow Bill Allred on Twitter at RFHBill. Weekday mornings on X96.
All right.
Oh, I love this game.
Me too.
Is this sponsored?
Yes, Beat Gina is brought to you by Prohibition, and if you beat me at Nicolas Cage Trivia, you could win a $25 gift card to Prohibition. Sexiest new speakeasy located north of Fashion Place Mall in Murray. Tonight and every Thursday night is karaoke night. $4 craft pints. Reservation and information at prohibitionutah.com.
We've got a line open. 877-602-9696. Call and offer up a prize to give Gina if she beats you.
And yes, you have to bring the prize, because that's only fair. I had a box of Trader Joe's cookie butter cookies on my desk yesterday because I won those last week from somebody.
Nobody molested them?
No, they were unopened. I'll bring them in a little while and you can have one.
We can molest them?
Sure. Do whatever you want with it.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Oh, now we've just got one contestant because line 1 dropped off.
What?
Well, I think they're afraid of you, Gina. 877-602-9696 is the number. Call in, play, beat Gina. What prize will you offer Gina if you lose in Nicolas Cage trivia?
Well, unless you can get that line 1 up really quick, we got to get moving. All right, line 3 is offering you a box of donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Oh.
Okay.
That's nice.
Okay.
Line 1 is offering a pumpkin gutter.
Oh, like a spoon?
Yeah, probably
like
one of
my
those,
hand. My hand is the pumpkin gutter.
One of those kits.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So those are your choices right now. We don't have time to. We got to go.
Okay, Krispy Kreme donuts. Let's
You're
go.
going with the Krispy Kreme donuts, so that means Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Aaron. Sorry, my fault. Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
So you're ready to play?
Sure.
All right.
He's so excited.
with
This is the game that
exuberance.
everybody wants to play. Remember that.
Well, now wait a minute. What can he win?
He's
A
going to win.
$25 gift card to Prohibition.
Oh, okay.
All right, Aaron, first person to 3 wins the game. It behooves you to go first. It gives you the advantage. Call the coin in the air, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. Coin toss app says heads. Yes, you go first. Now, if you get this wrong, Gina gets a chance to steal your point and vice versa, all right? Multiple choice. Nick Cage trivia because his new movie, Vengeance, a Love Story, is out this weekend.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
I've been waiting for this one. Anybody know who else is in it?
No idea.
Nobody.
All right, here you go, Aaron. In 2010, on The Late Show with David Letterman, Nicolas Cage admitted to taking mushrooms in his past with who? A, Francis Ford Coppola, B, John Goodman, C, Diane Kruger, or D, his cat?
I'm not sure, but I think it would be the most fun with John Goodman, so I'll go with him.
That would be fun, but incorrect.
Gina, chance to steal.
You know what else would be fun? With his cat.
His cat.
That's kind of what I thought, too.
He took mushrooms
It's
with his cat.
1-0 for Gina Barberi, and Ms. Barberi controls the question.
All right. I'm getting complaints about how we promote Golden Girls trivia, and they're upset now.
Sorry.
Well, can we say next week it's Golden Girls trivia?
All right, next week.
That's why we didn't get contestants. They were all primed for Golden
Primed
Girls
for
trivia.
GG. All right, Gina.
Yeah.
In order to understand what torture feels like for his character in Birdie, Nicolas Cage did what? A, had several men waterboard him. B, have his own teeth pulled with no anesthetic. C, forced to many facial bee stings. Or D, rewatched Ghost Rider.
Let's go waterboarding.
That would be fun, but incorrect.
No.
Aaron?
Aaron, a chance to steal and tie the game.
Bee stings.
Incorrect. Had his own teeth pulled with no anesthetic.
That's just stupid.
Yeah,
you can't
well,
undo that.
Again, this is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he's
I mean, the waterboarding is you do it and it's done. The
Listen,
teeth pulling is
Gina,
permanent.
Miss Barberi, listen, they had to come out anyway.
Aaron, your question. Nicolas Cage told reporters in 1994 that he got what tattooed on his back in order to, quote, claim his own body? A, a lizard in a top hat. B, Orson Welles getting a lap dance. C, the Coca-Cola logo. Or D, the entire "Oh Captain, My Captain" poem.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll go with B.
B or D?
B, as in Bravo.
B, Orson Welles getting a lap dance. No, that is incorrect. That would be fun, but no.
Chance to steal?
You can never tell with him.
I'm going to say the entire "Oh Captain, My Captain."
I wish you were right, but
Oh,
no.
No?
See, I thought that
A
was...
lizard in a top
Really?
hat.
It's a very special lizard.
All right. Whose question is
Mine.
it now?
It's
Yours?
Gina's question.
All right. Nicolas Cage has already planned his funeral,
So have I. Planned his funeral.
buying a plot in New Orleans
Okay.
where he will be laid to rest in what? A Viking ship, B, pyramid, C, private mausoleum, D, an underground spaceship.
Pyramid.
That is correct.
Gina leads 2-0. It is Aaron's question. Sure glad we went with Nicolas Cage trivia.
Aaron?
Yeah.
What is the name of the acting method that Nicolas Cage developed in which he dresses up in clothes from many ancient cultures and pretends he's a person from another dimension?
These are great questions. I love this.
So what's the name of his acting method? Is it A, soul channeling, B, nouveau shamanic, C, thespianism metamorphosis, or D, caging the art?
Oh. Okay. A, soul channeling.
That is incorrect.
I'm sorry. Give me again. Sorry.
Nouveau shamanic,
yeah,
thespianism metamorphosis,
yeah,
or caging the art.
B.
Nouveau shamanic?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Gina wins the game.
That is correct.
A thrilling look at Nicolas Cage as an actor.
And
no team.
And we have audio that proves that one, but we're out of time.
Oh, and there wasn't even any Raising Arizona questions there or anything.
Sorry, you didn't get the prize.
No, sure he does.
Oh,
sure he does.
You're just going to give it to him.
Wow.
Prohibition, $25 gift card for you.
Your enthusiasm paid off, Aaron. Hang on the line and we'll get your information.
Make sure you bring the donuts with you.
There you go. All right. Thank you very much.
Oh, let's check traffic. Shall we? We've got crash southbound I-15 Glover Lane in Davis County. Delays are stretching back to 200 north in Kaysville. That's the major issue we have this morning, other than that earlier accident on I-215 westbound belt northbound from Valley Fair Mall. There was a multi-car accident there earlier. Still seeing some slowage due to that. And if you see something you want to text it to us, you can do that. 33986.
All right, here are your boner candidates coming up in round one. Number one is, now everybody's calling me Busty McBusterson.
Ooh.
Number two, back to jail, Pharma Bro. And number three, so it's no, I can't use the plane.
Yay.
All right. All those and more on the way. Stand by. That game made me tired.
I almost couldn't drag myself out of my bed today. My Mattress Firm mattress, and I just listen. If you have not purchased a new mattress within the past, let's say 8 to 9 years, it's time.
You probably haven't. That's one of those purchases that's a big purchase and you put off. And so Mattress Firm makes it easy to come in and find a new mattress that fits you perfectly.
During their semi-annual sale right now, they've got Beauty Rest Firm Queen mattresses for just $454.99. Plus, you get an additional 10% off. You can spend very little on a mattress at Mattress Firm, or you can spend a lot of money because they have really top-of-the-line stuff as well. If you want to go with a very expensive mattress, come in and find out your perfect mattress and take advantage of interest-free financing for 6 years. That's 72 entire months of sleeping interest-free. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms subject to credit approval. It's Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale. So, where do you find a Mattress Firm store? Simple. Just go to mattressfirm.com.
The Radio from Hell Not Safe for Work episode is online now.
We played Den of Lies.
Sister Dottie was there.
I told a story so filthy I could never tell it on the radio.
We may have cursed a time or 10 using, the big swears.
You know what you ought to do? Download the Not Safe for Work episode of the Radio from Hell show right now, wherever you get your podcasts. Do it. I'm not messing around. Do it now.
Prohibition is Utah's sexiest new speakeasy, located north of Fashion Place Mall in Murray. Tonight and
I call this poem, I Hate X96. I can ride the wildest bronco in the wild and woolly west. I can take him, I can break him, let him do his level best. I can handle any cattle, ever wore a coat of hair. Hell, I've even had to tussle with a mean old grizzly bear. But there's one thing I can't handle. It nearly makes me sick. I gotta listen to that god-awful music just to hear my poems on X96. Oh, it's nice of Carrie and Bill to play my poems on the radio, but God, that music they put on about makes my lunch chunks blow. Who are these violent femmes? Their songs just make me sick. And then there's that Morrissey, a whining limey prick. When that 9 Inch Nails feller sings closer, it makes me feel mighty mean. And them 2 cute boys from Eraser are the biggest sissies I've ever seen. Give me country music from Bocephus, from Merle, and from Willie. I don't want no caterwauling from The Cure, or bands with names that are downright silly, like Hoodoo Gurus, Gene Loves Jezebel, Weezer, and Ween, and MC 900-Foot Jesus. Jesus, what the hell does that mean? I wish I could do my cowboy poems on a station with good old boys what plays country tunes, instead of that X96 with its long-haired, earring-wearing, sissified, sushi-eating, devil-worshipping goons. There is one good thing about X96. Heed my words if you wanna. At least them immoral bastards don't play them skank hooer songs by Madonna. I'm Conway Skinner.
with Carrie Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on X96.
All right, 7:22. Maybe we'll eventually play the Nick Cage audio, or should we? I don't know.
He's crazy.
That is true. The nouveau shamanic.
Yeah,
is how it is his developed acting technique.
I should look up his IMDb, his list of movies, and see when is the last time he did a good movie.
He's won an Academy Award.
I know, but when is the last time he did something good? Because he just pretty much churns them out. I bet he releases 2 or 3 movies a year.
He does, because he's been dumb with money, and he's got a National Treasure was.
Yeah, but that's not a good movie.
Well,
but
it was
successful.
Go to YouTube and look up Nicolas Cage nouveau shamanic acting technique.
Matchstick Men was pretty good. That's that one he did with.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
What's his name?
I just remember seeing him in person at a Japanese restaurant in L.A. once, and he looked unreal is the best way to describe it. He looked unreal. All right. Time now for round 1 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one of these 3 deserve to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive something nice.
Tickets to see The Used.
There we go.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Now everyone is calling me Busty McBusterson.
Oh.
Joplin, Missouri.
I hope we have a photo of this because I don't understand this at all.
I don't either. A Missouri teenager says a high school teacher told her during class that she was, quote, too busty, and that plus-sized women need to shop at stores that sell larger clothing.
Now there she is.
There she is at x96.com/live.
It's a long sleeve, not low cut shirt that she's wearing.
I think the teacher felt that her clothing was too tight for her form.
She looks fine.
I think she looks
She's
just
totally
fine.
covered up.
The confrontation happened last Friday. An attorney for Kelsey Anderson said in a statement released Tuesday, and the 17-year-old was sent to the office at Joplin High School for a dress code violation. The statement said that the teacher also told Kelsey that smaller busted women can get away with more than larger busted women. The Joplin School District said in a statement that it doesn't consider staff comments about students' bodies appropriate, and it's investigating whether there was a violation of policy requiring staff to maintain courteous and professional relationships with students. Anderson's mother posted a photo on Facebook of what she was wearing, and that shows that she's clad in a burgundy, long-sleeved, laced V-neck shirt, jeans with ripped knees that she bought that way.
Yeah, and they're not crazy ripped.
I was mortified by my teacher, of all people, saying something like that in front of my class, Ms. Anderson said in the statement released by her attorney. When I was pulled into a meeting with the principal, he told me that he'd never heard of me being victimized before, and he didn't really believe what I said. You know, he said, I don't believe she said that to you.
Well, yeah, because it's crazy that a teacher would say that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 1. Now everybody's calling me Busty McBusterson. Here's boner candidate number 2. It's back to jail, pharma bro.
I was happy.
Martin,
I think most of the country was happy to hear that.
I saw the headline on this, and I couldn't believe it.
It's kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought it was an onion.
No.
Martin Shkreli, the former pharmaceutical executive who is awaiting sentencing for a fraud conviction. He's been out on bail. Was sent to jail on Wednesday after a federal judge revoked the bail because he offered $5,000 to anyone who would bring him a strand of Hillary Clinton's hair. You think Nicolas Cage is crazy? Mr. Shkreli, who was free on $5 million bail while he awaited sentencing, had made 2 Facebook posts offering cash to anyone who could, quote, grab a hair from Ms. Clinton's head during her book tour. At the hearing in federal court in Brooklyn, Judge Kayo A. Masamuro said that Shkreli's post could be perceived as a threat. This is a solicitation to assault in exchange for money. That is not protected by the First Amendment, he said.
Now remember, he's out on bail, which people were mad that he got bail.
So here's what he's been bailed for. He gained notoriety as a pharmaceutical executive for increasing the price of a life-saving drug, Daraprim, by 5,000%. He was convicted in August of 3 counts of fraud relating to 2 hedge funds and a pharmaceutical company that he previously ran. On Wednesday, he was scheduled to be sentenced on January 16, but he will most likely not be released before then unless his lawyers can show that he poses no threat to the community. Try and grab a hair out of her head, he said. I'll give you $5,000.
I want to clone her.
Boner candidate number 2.
That's what he wanted it for.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I want to clone her. I mean,
no, he wanted to prove some sort of DNA comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His lawyer said he was just making a stupid joke.
Even so.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 2, back to jail, Farmer Bro. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. So it's no, I can't use the plane.
All right, boner candidate number 3 after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Tragedy.
Oh.
Tragedy.
We tried to find some.
Grant Hart, gone. Drummer for Husker Du. He has died at the age of 56 after being diagnosed with cancer. The news was confirmed by his bandmate, a musician my wife really loves, Bob Mould,
Yes.
in a lengthy Facebook post. The tragic news of Grant's passing was not unexpected to me, Mould wrote. My deepest condolences and thoughts to Grant's family, friends, and fans around the world.
They were really an influential band,
Mm-hmm.
extremely influential. Most people have not heard of them.
Yeah.
They were very influential on bands that you do know, like the Pixies.
Yeah.
And Bob Mould has had a pretty good solo career.
Yeah.
He formed the band Husker Du. Now, Hart formed the band. And Husker Du is Danish for Do You Remember?
Yes.
And wasn't there a game
There
called
was a
Husker
game.
Du?
Yeah.
It's like a memory game.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Anyway, Grant Hart. He was only 56. Florida made it through the hurricane, but that really not the worst of it.
The worst of it is
the worst of it is happening now. The first patient was rushed into the emergency room of Memorial Regional Hospital at 3 a.m. on Wednesday, escaping a nursing home that had lost air conditioning in the muggy days after Hurricane Irma. Another arrived at 4 a.m., and then a third rescue call around 5 a.m. The hospital staff was very concerned, so they walked down the street. This nursing home was just down the street from the hospital. So 2 patients admitted, what's going on down there? They walk down to the nursing home. They find that it is an oven, and there are 8 dead people.
Which, if it's that close to the hospital, why? I don't understand why they didn't take more people there.
This nursing home has had problems in the past. Checking the nursing home room by room, the hospital staff found 3 people who were already dead, nearly 40 others who needed red wristbands. That means immediate attention. Many of whom had trouble breathing. Workers rushed them to Memorial's emergency room where they were given oxygen. The rest went to other hospitals nearby. 4 were so ill they died after arriving at the hospital. Authorities learned that another died. So it's a total of 8 people dead in that nursing home.
And I read this morning that the sheriff for that county dispatched police officers to all nursing homes in the area after this, saying, let's go check on everybody and make sure they're okay.
There are still 3 million people in Florida, 3 million customers without power at this point. So that's really rough. We've been running promos, little promo announcements all week about the Walk at Liberty Park on Saturday. And I'll be there hosting that. And then tomorrow at 9 a.m., all of the Broadway media stations are going to do an hour-long broadcast about suicide. Some of the statistics are just staggering. Utahns continue to die by suicide at a very alarming rate.
It's like 2 a day or something like
The
that.
Utah Department of Health now has 425 suicides so far this year, putting the state roughly on a pace to meet or surpass last year's preliminary one-year record. Last year, 638 suicide
It's
deaths.
epidemic. And among young people,
Yeah.
The numbers are still shifting for 2016, 2017 as the state medical examiner continues to investigate causes of death for hundreds of pending cases. They haven't determined the cause of death. It's a trend that can't be explained. And as I was coming up in the elevator today, up to the studio, I kept thinking, what do I want to talk about on this broadcast at Liberty Park? And all kinds of things occurred to me, but I just want to keep saying, does anyone know why? Why does this happen?
John Smith posted a blog yesterday about a kid in his neighborhood that died by suicide, and he posted a letter that his mom wrote. And in that letter, the mom said, "This is a happy kid, straight A student." She said that the day that it happened, we were laughing and joking, and he was getting ready to get his driver's license, and it's all of it. It's
almost inexplicable.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a situation where you can say, well, it had been depressed or whatever, but she said this was completely out of the blue.
It's like our good friend. He was a friend of the program, and some years ago, Dane, who would come to visit us, and we always kind of made fun of him for being sleepy all the time, and he died as a result of suicide, but he had some struggles with drugs, and his mom is just wonderful. She won't mind me talking about it.
She's contacted us.
Yeah, so that is sort of more, you can kind of figure that one out. But sometimes, like this kid, you just go. Utah has the 5th highest suicide rate in the nation. All the top states are largely rural, and in the West. Wyoming has the highest. 28 suicides per 1,000 people. All the states with high suicide rates, including Utah, also have higher than average rates of gun ownership. And more than half of the Utah suicides are committed using a firearm.
Because the argument there is, when you're having a low moment and the thought crosses your mind, if it's handy...
It's my brother.
Yeah.
My brother Noel had a gun in the house, and he was having a lot of problems.
Because I heard somebody interviewed that said, I was there, I was ready, and I looked for my dad's gun and I couldn't find it.
And that's what stopped.
And then now I'm like, what was I thinking? But just in that brief moment,
a day later, I was fine.
Right.
Yeah, or even minutes later.
But because they're accessible. Yeah. It makes it.
So that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. is
tomorrow at 9
broadcast for an hour.
Yeah,
it's commercial free.
Yeah, and then the Liberty Park walk, out of the darkness walk is you can come over there and register at 9:30, and then the walk starts at 11, I think.
And people can attend this broadcast down in 50 West, right?
Yeah, you can.
If you want to come.
If you want to come to 50 West, it's from 9 to 10
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Is that it, or we need to have more? I do have the fact that there's been an elusive monkey found. Carrie, did you see this?
An elusive monkey.
A monkey that they thought did not exist anymore.
Oh,
secret monkey.
A Vanzolini bald-faced saki monkey.
A saki monkey?
A saki monkey.
Not a sock monkey.
Not a sock monkey.
I've been called a saki monkey.
There's if we can get a picture up, and there's video of these monkeys.
There they are.
Yeah. They have golden arms, and they have like this weird
Howard
like platypus face kind of.
Yeah, it looks like they're wearing toupees.
They're like a Mo Howard haircut.
Yeah. It's called the Vanzolini saki, named for Brazilian zoologist and composer Paulo Vanzolini, has not been seen alive for more than 80 years. They thought they were extinct.
I want a monkey named after me.
Monkey. Kind of cool looking, isn't he? All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Weather. So fall, it's coming. Look, it's almost here. Thunderstorms later this afternoon, some spotty sprinkles before that. 80 for a high, much, much cooler tomorrow. 64 for a high tomorrow. Traffic, friends of the program sending it in. Thank you so much. We've got a fresh raccoon meat, southbound Legacy at Parish Lane.
Put it this way, makings of a hat. Skin cap.
Rocket, no.
Makings of a hat. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 333. This is just south of 7th South in Davis County, off to the left shoulder. Let's see, that's the only major accident seeing so far. Of course, regular slowage coming around Point in the Mountain from Utah County. And southbound I-15 Glover Lane. Yeah, that's the big issue so far this morning. If you see something, let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Brought to you by Strong Volkswagen of Salt Lake City. You get 100% lifetime powertrain coverage. Your factory powertrain warranty becomes a lifetime warranty. Online at strongvw.com.
Boner candidate number 3. So it's no, I can't use the plane. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, who is a multi-millionaire, requested use of a government jet to take him and his wife on their honeymoon in Scotland earlier this summer. Officials familiar with the matter say the highly unusual ask for a U.S. Air Force jet, which, according to an Air Force spokesman, would cost roughly $25,000 per hour to operate, was put in writing by the Secretary's office, but eventually deemed unnecessary after further consideration by the Treasury Department officials. So, in other words, other people in the Treasury Department said to Mnuchin, What are you thinking? You are a multimillionaire. How does this look? Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon, a Democrat, said in an interview with ABC News that Mnuchin's request for a government jet on his honeymoon defies common sense. You don't need a giant rule book of government requirements to just say to yourself, this is common sense. This is wrong. Just slap your forehead and say, what was I thinking? These are the people that Donald Trump has hired.
Yep. In any other presidency, this would be huge. Yeah. Remember John Sununu? This would be huge in any other president.
Remember the hair?
This is just another day for this guy.
$400 haircuts, big deal. Boner candidate number 3. So, no, I can't use the plane.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
We have boner candidate number 1. Now everybody's calling me Busty McBusterson. A girl at a school in Missouri says a teacher called her out in class for being too busty. Boner candidate number 2. Back to jail, pharma bro. Martin Shkreli jailed for offering $5,000 to anyone who would bring him a hair from Hillary Clinton's head. And boner candidate number 3. So it's no, I can't use the plane.
There you go. Let's vote. It's round 2, boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Put that in the message of a text. Send that text to 33986. All we need is the number. That's how we count it. The computer does it for us. You can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, September 14, or call 877-602-9696. Let's go.
Give me something. After Radio from Hell, we'll kick off your workday with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding.
Yeah, I enjoyed that class yesterday.
You did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Well, you don't have to come to them.
Why would you think that I don't want to come?
Carrie, I have because I am one of the kings of sarcasm, I note sarcasm in your voice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He had a great
I thought
time.
It was a grand waste of time. I'll be quite honest with you. All right? Because in those classes, there's maybe 5 kids who are actually interested in radio, and the rest of them are getting an easy credit.
Carrie.
So the first thing we do when we get to the class is we say, all right, first of all, who's here for an easy credit? And those people who raise their hand, leave. Go right now. We'll sign a form, whatever it takes. Just get out of here.
You would deny a college student an easy credit? What kind of a Grinch are you?
I'm not denying them an easy credit. If it were up to me, we would close down the college radio stations, but we don't. That's an easy credit. They can do that. While I'm there, I don't want to deal with people who just don't want to be there. This is why I don't speak to schools. That's why I hate that stuff.
Now, be honest. You don't speak to schools because you're not allowed.
There's
usually.
that true.
You
That's
used
true.
to speak to schools.
But see the basis of education. And by the way, the kids that want to be there, they just sit there like lumps anyway.
No, there were a couple of them in the back talking. One who arrived 20 minutes late, and then he sat in the back talking with his buddy.
Rude.
I didn't see that. Although when he came in late, I almost said to him, why are you bothering? Why don't you just leave?
You know, and he's sitting in the back talking with one of his friends, and I'm like,
You should have said something. I didn't notice that.
I didn't either.
I nearly did, but then he shut up because I started staring him down.
If you can just touch one child.
I don't need.
all.
Look,
I don't want him touching any children.
I don't.
That's why he's not allowed.
I don't need to understand education. I'm not trying to take away their breeze through their, college degree. I'm there for an hour. That's all. 5 students who are interested. That's great. Everybody else take off. We'll sit and have a chat with 5 people. I'll touch those 5. That's good.
All right.
Especially that Heidi from yesterday. She was really cute. But anyway.
See again why he's not allowed.
She was very interested in what we were doing. She
was
wanted
very
to
interested.
learn.
And I heard her on the radio, on the college radio station. She's very good. I think someday we'll be working with her.
Maybe not now that you said that.
No, I'm
not as.
I don't want to work with those guys.
Not her partner Pickle, of course, but
it was Pickle and the turd bag. What was the other guy?
Turd,
Carl.
and Heidi, I think is what it was. Oh yeah, Carl.
His name's Carl.
Apparently, we made Carl cry.
Really?
Is what
I
was
heard
told.
he was laying on the floor of the break room.
So and again, if we can discourage someone from getting into radio, that's also
your job is done.
Particularly you, Carl.
Already, we started with Carl. He's done. He will not be in radio anymore. So mission accomplished
some
at
good
Cedar
has
City.
happened.
Some good has happened.
And think of it this way too. Carl will go on to better things. He will be a professional clown that entertains at kids' parties. That's what he'll be good
the
at.
creepy clown with the Cro-Magnon brow is what he will be.
Alternative music all day. X96.
All right, 7:47. Time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one is brought to you in part by Roast Chicken.
And I'm going to do something unusual here for the Impart Party, because we were supposed to do Real Salt Lake tickets during that news. So we will say it's also brought to you in part by Real Salt Lake, playing the Portland Timbers on Saturday. We have a pair of tickets to give away to that. If you'd like to win those, you can just call right now, 877-602-9696.
So we had boner candidate number one, and now everybody's calling me Busty McBusters. It's a young lady. She seemed to be dressed just fine to me, given the picture that we were shown. But her teacher called her out in class. She said, "You're too busty. You know, small-breasted girls can get away with more than people like you can. Go to the office. You're violating the dress code." Boner candidate number two, back to jail for PharmaPro. That's Martin Scully, PharmaPro, offering $5,000 to anybody who would bring him a lock of Hillary Clinton's hair. And boner candidate number three, so it's no, I can't use the plane. It's Goldman Sachs veteran, now Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, who apparently requested use of a government jet, an Air Force jet, to take him on his honeymoon. He and his actress, so-called actress wife, she's Scottish, they used a government jet to go on what was supposed to be a trip to Kentucky. It was a business trip, he said, but they also went there to watch the eclipse because it was a good spot to do it.
And remember, she denied that they were allowed to use it just for that.
Well, she also tweeted a whole bunch of stuff about, hashtagging all the designer clothes she was wearing.
They're horrible people.
Jeanette won the tickets to see the used, and the winner, boner candidate number 3. So it's no, I can't use the plane?
Good.
All right. That one will go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. We do Boner Fight at 9:25. We're going to start with Sean here in just a sec, but just real quick here. Do we have a TV commercial out with us?
No.
In it?
Not that I'm aware of.
We have in the past.
I don't remember the last time, but
It's been a while.
So I was at the credit union yesterday.
Yeah.
Cashing some of my Conoco stock checks.
This is from Dad?
From Dad.
Yeah.
Got a whopping $45, man. But the woman there, and I've gone to this credit union, many times, and it's never come up. But she just out of nowhere went, "Which radio show?" Oh, the X96 in the morning. "Oh yes, I saw your TV commercial."
What?
And I went, "What? Pardon me?" I saw your TV commercial. That's where I was like, I know that guy. And then now I remember.
Oh, I mean, we've had them. Maybe she remembers an older
But the last one that I remember was how long ago?
A year.
A year at least.
Really?
Maybe more.
We're not in it talking. It's just a picture.
Pictures of us, but
okay. Was she now? You kind of indicated she had a little bit of an accent.
A little bit.
Maybe they're running some commercials for us in her home country, and she was home on vacation.
I just was trying to figure it out because I'm like, I know we don't have one going currently.
But you didn't query her about it?
No,
I
just
would have said what?
I just said, "Oh, they're running an ad for us? Oh, I didn't know. They never tell me these things."
Now it could be they are rerunning that one.
Well, that's why I'm asking you guys because they never tell us this stuff. I thought maybe you guys would know or Richie would know.
Nobody said anything to me about it.
All right, it's just interesting.
Maybe if anybody else is.
Maybe she's been dreaming about you.
No, the reason I bring this up is because when we were running them, and I knew we were running them, no one person ever said, "I saw your commercial." Not one.
Not one?
Not one said to me, "I saw your commercial." But here it is, a year or more later.
Well, that's how they work, Jerry.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to soak in.
I guess.
That must be what it is.
All right.
Now, a couple people are saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's our billboard, the digital billboard, which is a moving bill.
Do we have
Is there one on right now? I don't think.
Not that I know of.
Some people.
Again, this is a long time ago. And when the billboards were up, some people said, we saw your billboard.
Well, maybe,
but not the TV commercial.
I don't know. Maybe somebody has some film of you, compromising film of you that she saw, and
could be.
They're going to try to blackmail you.
Could be.
You can only hope.
Is this sponsored, the movies?
Oh, I thought we weren't doing that
no,
for a while.
I don't know. Whoever said that we could do this in one break was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
all
there's
right.
5 big ones.
Well, let's
here.
get on with it. Dr. Volt's Comic Connection this month. Star Wars adventures, including exciting new era with all ages Star Wars comics. Each issue will feature 2 stories starring your favorite Star Wars characters.
Carrie, I want you to know it wasn't me that said that. I'm not crazy. Here he is, Sean Means from the Salt Lake Tribune. He writes film criticism for that paper. You can read Sean's reviews every Thursday online, sltrib.com, and Friday in the actual physical newspaper. Hello, Sean.
Hello. I just go where they tell me.
Where will we begin today?
We will start in the artsies with the Viceroy's house.
Okay.
This is history of foreign places as told by the white people.
Boring.
This is 1947 India, the beginning of Indian independence and the end of British rule. Seen from the standpoint of the last Viceroy, Lord Mountbatten, who's played by Lord Grantham, Hugh Bonneville from Downton Abbey, and his wife, played by Gillian Anderson. Yes, it is. And interspersed with this, you have a love story amongst his staff between a Hindu and a Muslim. And
stop.
Yeah,
Sean.
It's like
we don't need to talk about it anymore, do we? Really?
It is. Well, it's. I mean, it is. You know, script writing is like reading Wikipedia entries with British accents.
Yeah, that's
basically to get your history. 2.5 stars.
All right. So Viceroy's house.
Yes.
And Beach Rats.
Beach Rats. This was at Sundance. Won the directing prize. Not sure why, really, but that's just me. We have a teenager in Jersey. I'm sorry, Brooklyn. Pardon me. It's sort of indistinguishable. Spending his days with his buddies on the beach and his evenings either listlessly pursuing this girl or getting online and looking at gay chat sites.
Well, those are two different things.
He's a young man's journey.
He's on the fence at this point, and that's the whole point of the movie.
Okay.
Very artfully shot, very slow. Good performance by the lead guy named Harris Dickinson. He's a young actor to watch,
but not enough.
But this is kind of a sludge.
Beach Rats.
Beach Rats, 2.5 stars.
All right. Do we have time to talk about it? I want to see Endless Poetry.
Well, that's why I think we'll take a break and we'll get to him because you'll want to talk about Endless Poetry. But we also have American Assassin and Mother coming up.
Bother?
Mother.
Actually, it's the M is a small M with an exclamation point.
Yes.
So I think that is you're supposed to whisper it loudly.
Mother.
Yeah.
Like that?
Ooh, that's scarier that way.
Okay.
New crash southbound I-15 at 7th South in Clearfield, adding to the delays. You already have Glover's Lane, delays stretching back into Kaysville there, so lots of bogging down southbound I-15 coming into Salt Lake. I'm going to refresh this quickly and see if there's anything else. Some slowage northbound I-15 coming around Point of the Mountain. Stalled vehicle northbound I-15, milepost 263 University Avenue. The off-ramp there, left lane is closed. And looks like that's traffic.
All right, after these, we will review American Assassin and Mother. Is that
I think that's what it's supposed to do.
KXRK Provo.
Strong Volkswagen, the next night.
So this weekend is also the big shopping thing.
It is.
And I'm telling you right now, if you go, I'm going to be hurt.
The big shopping thing being every year, Gina. Well, you tell them what you do every year.
Yeah, go ahead, Gina.
It's my mom, the Sainted Mary Claire, and 3 of her friends, and all their daughters. I don't even know how many people it is. It's like 40 people.
But they're all of a certain. Oh no, I'm not going to do it. Never mind. I was going to be way too mean there.
I was so hoping you'd continue. Let that thought flow through there.
In fact, one of the mothers was shopping a day or two ago with her daughters. I'm not sure where they were, but
getting
she was
a jump on it, were they?
Well, no, they were trying to buy the matching jammies because we all wear matching jammies, and
those are pajamas for those of you who don't know what jammies are.
Matching jammies. And the mother said, "Oh, I want these," and they said, "Well, we need to order them in." And she said, "Well, I have to have them by Thursday." I'm like, "Why do you need 5 pairs of matching jammies by Thursday?" And she said, "Well, we go on this shopping trip every year." And he said, "Is this Gina Barberi's shopping trip?"
God. Okay, so we don't need to explain it. Everybody seems to know. But here's the deal: is that if you go,
why will you be hurt?
I will be hurt because she can't make the ride into work here and sit in this comfortable chair that Babinski's has given you.
But she can go
can go and shop. And that just shows there's that guilt thing coming back, is that you and I cannot have any control.
No.
But Mary Claire, queen of guilt.
She directs my life, as you know.
I don't think that you should let your mother make you go on this shopping trip.
Right, that's right.
Well, and actually we've talked about it a lot the last couple of days, and she's been worried about me, and I've been having some trouble the last couple of days. And
Richie's having a T-shirt made for you, by the way. It just says "irritable uterus" on it.
Well,
I'd wear it.
Let's see if we can get a second tie line to come in here. I know big radio stations can do that, and we're just KXRK Provo, but let's see if we can get a second tie line in here so that Gina can be at home and we can be at Jiffy Lube on Monday. And we can all be here. All right?
It'd be nice if we could do that.
It's the JT thing that's the problem.
Well, JT can maybe send her traffic in pre-recorded.
Okay.
JT, you're there, right? Maybe we could do that just for
whatever
one day,
you guys want
for one day.
That's a doable thing, isn't it, JT?
As long as somebody can play an MP3 over there.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, whatever you guys want.
All right, we'll have Richie work that out.
I mean, it would be sort of live traffic, but it would be like
I'll send it like a minute or two.
A minute or two. Yeah.
I won't be able to do my sign off though.
Well, we'll be okay.
We'll forego
One
that.
day.
Yeah, whatever you guys want. Come
All
on.
right.
me sick.
On X96.
All right, so more movies.
More movies brought to you by The Ruin in Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. featuring weekly bingo, DJs, live music located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin, work is the curse of the drinking class.
All right.
All right, back with Sean Means, film critic for the Salt Lake Tribune and Endless Poetry.
Mm-hmm. This is artsy on top of artsy.
Mm-hmm.
This is Alejandro Jodorowsky, the Chilean-born director. Did the cult sort of midnight movies like El Topo and The Holy Mountain.
I saw El Topo many years ago.
Very 70s, very 70s, very trippy.
Mm-hmm.
He may be best known for the movie he didn't make, which was when he tried to do Dune.
Yeah.
And they made a documentary about how cool it would have been if he had actually gotten to do it.
What was that? Was that just called Jodorowsky's Dune?
Jodorowsky's Dune was the movie.
I saw it. It was really cool.
Yeah, he hired H.R. Geiger to do the concept art, and when Dune fell apart, Geiger took it over and gave it to Ridley Scott and said, here's your
some
alien.
Stuff. Alien, yeah.
Anyhow, so this is the second part of his autobiography. And this part involves him as a young man rejecting his establishment parents and going off to become a poet. And
every parent's dream.
Every parent's dream. And of course, if he's a young man wanting to be a poet, it's all about finding his muse, which also means all about having lots of sex.
I don't know that though, Gina. It's either that or a rock star.
All right, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
Poet, rock star, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This. You know how David Lynch is really obsessed with The Wizard of Oz?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the same thing except penis.
What?
What?
A lot of imagery of the male member in this movie.
All right. I will not see it.
He found his muse.
Yes.
And that's
I won't be
his muse
attending.
is a redheaded, hard drinking woman. Played by the same actress who plays his mother, so you don't have to be you don't have to be Freud to figure that one out.
This is really artsy, isn't it?
I gotta see this.
And you liked this?
I like this a lot. I mean, it took a little while to get into it, but the imagery is so gorgeous and so arresting, and the final scenes, which involved him, Jodorowsky sort of stepping out in front of the camera to retroactively reconcile with his father, which he never got to do in life, is actually quite beautiful.
Oh.
So
his father's still quite alive and vibrant, right?
No, Jodorowsky's 80,
but he's still very vibrant.
He's still quite vibrant. Yeah, I think he could beat you in a bar fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but
3.5.
Fascinating, great to look at. If you're really into the art stuff, yes.
All right.
3.5.
Now, American Assassin. I saw a commercial for this last night.
I think it looks cool.
First, I was aware of it, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool to see Michael Keaton in an action movie.
Yep.
It just didn't look like much.
Right.
It just looked like a pretty...
Yeah.
Well, it's based on a Vince Flynn book, and which I think would be the ultimate definition of beach read.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those.
But I need kind of one of those
books.
movies.
It's one of those books you buy at the airport.
I need one of those.
And so you have a young man who, after his fiance is shot dead in the middle of a terrorist attack at a beach, he goes off the deep end and trains his body and trains his mind to infiltrate the terrorist cell and go after the guy that killed his girlfriend. This, of course, gets the attention of the CIA.
Yeah.
Who says, "Well, we got two choices. We can either throw you in a cell forever, or we can train you and have you join us."
Okay.
And the second one makes a better movie. So
it does.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. He goes and trains with this crusty old CIA guy played by Michael Keaton, because if you want crusty, that's who you go for. And the kid is played by Dylan O'Brien. Who people recognize? He was the main kid in the Maze Runner movies, trains him, and at the same time there's some shadowy operative gone rogue and trying to get his own nuke, and he's played by Taylor Kitsch, and so it's basically sort of Tom Clancy-ish spy stuff happening in London, Rome, Istanbul, wherever.
Okay.
I'm there. I'll go see this.
It's actually well paced, good deal of fun, and very exciting. So,
all right.
3 stars.
Okay, 3 stars. I'm just a little. I'm surprised.
And as you say, Michael Keaton is cool to see anytime.
I like Michael.
All right, Mother.
Okay. This may be the craziest movie ever to come out of a major movie studio, and I can't remember how long.
Really?
This is, and okay, so it starts.
About it, can you?
Is it crazier than Aronofsky's Noah? Because that was a crazy movie.
It is crazier than Noah.
All right.
And arguably based on the same book.
The Bible?
So, that one, yeah. You can find allegories for this in any different direction. You could do biblical, you could do environmental, you could do artistic and creative. None of them is going to be quite enough, and the overall effect. I mean, the word that best describes it is a synonym for guano.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bat poop.
Okay.
So Jennifer Lawrence is a woman who is with her husband, partner, never quite said what. Her character's name in the credits is Mother. His name in the credits is Him with a capital H, the only capital letter you see anywhere in the credits. Played by Javier Bardem.
So he's God then.
Maybe. If you want to go that way.
That's uppercase H him.
That's
God.
all it could be.
That's if you want to go there, go there. So they have this house, and she's trying to make it perfect, and then he lets in people. Strangers, and she's like, "Why are you letting strangers in our house?" And I want to bring life into this house. And the strangers,
I'm God, and this is heaven.
And the strangers do things, and then bad things happen, and then more people come, and it's, it gets.
You can't tell much.
You can't. Yeah.
I could try to describe it, but description would weaken it in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
That like you sort of just have to let it sort of happen, and then interpret yourself what. I mean, because like there's this couple that comes in, and then things go bad, and then the couple's 2 sons come in.
Well, it's Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel, right there.
And if you want to make that allegory, I mean, you could easily go point for point. Okay, that's Adam and Eve, that's Cain and Abel, that's this, that's that. You could do that if you wanted to,
but it really goes off the rails at some point.
But it becomes very reductive, and it's like, and if you're going just on that route, there's other streams that you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is visually very striking. It is full tilt crazy.
Is it scary?
It is disturbing.
Okay.
Let's go for that. It is, and people are going to walk out angry.
I now see some critics that I know who went to a screening.
I was with them at the time. Yes,
and I saw those tweets.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm angry.
Angry because you're not satisfied, or angry.
Angry because you feel like you wasted 2 hours of your life.
But you really liked it.
I liked it, but I can understand why anyone would not.
I know movies like that.
So you're saying that this is not for everyone?
I am speaking only for me in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I dug it.
You're giving it 3.5.
I'm giving it 3.5. Other people are going to look at it and go, "What the bleep?"
I hope you put that in your review.
I did.
Good.
I did. This could be the most divisive movie. That you're going to likely see in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jennifer Lawrence is great. Javier Bardem is great. Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer. It's good to see her again.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to unpack about the movie that it is worth seeing, even if you come out of it hating it.
All right,
you're still going to go. You're going to hate it, but you're going to remember it.
Now it's rated R.
It's rated R.
Is there violence or sex?
There's violence. There's violence, nudity, some sexuality. Yeah, they're all. Everything.
All right.
Bear in mind that Aronofsky is also the guy who did Requiem for a Dream.
Which I hated.
Which is, okay, it is one of the greatest movies I never want to see again.
Yes. Most depressing, horrible movie.
But it was really well done.
Yeah, but God, really? Oh.
So bear in mind, that's
who we're dealing with.
That's who we're dealing with. That's
Jennifer Lawrence's boyfriend.
They are now.
They are dating.
Can't be that bad.
And I think you would have to be the girlfriend of a director like that to go where this movie goes.
All right.
Okay.
So
I don't
3.5.
know how I feel about. I don't.
Don't go.
You'll be fine. Don't go.
Don't go.
3.5 stars. All right, let's run these down. Viceroy's House, 2.5. Beach Rats, 2.5. Endless Poetry, 3.5. 3 stars for American Assassin. Mother, 3.5 stars. Mother, 3.5 stars.
I'd almost do a double feature of Mother and Endless Poetry. You know, just to completely mess you up.
Yeah.
What's next week?
Next week, the Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh, yay.
Fun, because it's Lego people.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Oh, good. A sequel.
The sequel to that. And then the other one that's a biggie is Stronger, which is Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a true story of one of the people who lost his legs in the Boston Marathon bombing.
Oh.
And about his recovery and his dealing with the idea of being a hero when all he did was stand there.
But it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal. It's really well done, though.
All right.
All right.
I have issues with him.
It's also Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black.
Oh, yeah, we like her.
We like her.
She's really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we don't like? Accidents. Crash northbound I-15, milepost 303. This is 33rd South in Salt Lake, off to the left shoulder. Crash southbound I-215, 2200 north in Salt Lake. Stalled vehicle northbound I-15 at University Avenue in Provo. The off-ramp left lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 333. This is off of 7th South Davis County, off to the left shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at Antelope Drive in Davis County. So southbound I-15 through Davis County has a couple of issues they're dealing with this morning. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986.
All right, here are the boners coming up for round 2. Number 1, you know, we probably should have, this is not, we probably should have named the shop.
What?
It's not the right title?
It's, well, that's what I wrote, but that's not what I meant. So, so it's, anyway.
Right.
Boner candidate, I'll fix the title at some point. Boner candidate number 2, I don't know, maybe the pug needs a tux. And boner candidate number 3, we got some utilities, we just needed a pole.
All right. I saw that picture. That's funny. Boner candidates for round 2 coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Stand by.
Hi, it's me, Bill Allred, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing better than good conversation and good food. So I've put them together with a podcast called The Let's Go Eat Show. We eat good food and we talk to interesting people. Find my podcast at theletsgoeatshow.com.
Look at that.
So I've been thinking about something as I've been on this trek. This has really been kind of the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Walking along, and I mean, this is a staggeringly beautiful country. The vistas are almost indescribable. You see, we had a very good view of Mount Everest, Sagarmatha, today, and it looks tiny down at the end of the Khumbu Valley. It looks very small because we're walking past mountains that we're very close to mountains that are huge, like Ama Dablam, which Dean has summited. How high is Ama Dablam?
A little over 23,000 feet.
That's, of course, Dean Cardinal. So we pass mountains like that, and they make Everest look small. 5.5 hours today on the trail, very difficult, and I've had a lot of time to think. And the other day, something just popped into my head when we were trekking around, and I thought, when we get to the monastery, I'm going to cut all my hair off. It's not I talked to my wife, and she said, why are you going to do that? And I said, well, I don't know, it just popped into my mind, and I'm kind of tired of dealing with it on the trail. My hair is always soaking wet from sweat, and she said, is it a spiritual thing? And I said, well, maybe kind of it is. It is kind of. It's a humility thing, and I feel very humbled by this experience, by what I'm doing here. It's very difficult. I see people around me carrying 200 pounds on their back, and I can barely make it up the hill with 8 pounds on my back. And Geljan Sherpa says, Bill, can I take some? Let me carry your water. Let me, I am humbled by this experience. And now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to come back and be all weird and religious or anything like that. But it is a humbling experience, and I'm going to go to the monastery here at Tengboche tomorrow sometime, and I guess one of the monks will shave my head, and you'll hear about it on the radio. That's it for now from Peng Boshe. And namaste, everyone. Namaste.
Every morning. Alternative music all day. X96.
8:20 right now. Time for round 2 of the boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote who is the worst of these 3, who is the most deserving of these 3 to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. Just because they win here doesn't make them Boner of the Day. We tune in at 9:25 to find out the winners of round 1 and round 2. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive a Can't Buy It, Gotta Win It Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt, courtesy of
Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Boner candidate number 1 here in round 2. We probably should have named the shop Don't Get Your Meth Here.
Don't get your meth here.
That's right, lady. You got it.
Go somewhere else for your meth?
That's right.
Okay.
An auto shop in Colorado called Get Your Fix Automotive would not only fix your car, but also sell you meth, heroin, or cocaine while you waited.
It looks like a trustworthy establishment.
So you get an oil change, and then...
a string of drug busts. This is in Minnesota. Colorado, excuse me. Authorities looking into the shop after determining that the owner, who named it Get Your Fix Automotive.
Get your fix, get it? I'm selling drugs.
30-year-old Daniel Vasquez had 4 prior felony convictions, including 3 drug charges, according to an affidavit submitted in court. Between March and August of this year, the affidavit says, undercover FBI agents arranged multiple purchases of heroin, meth, and they offered up also, could I get a handgun? Yeah, I got a purple one. A purple handgun.
A purple one. To match your outfit.
It's more fun.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 1, we probably should have named the shop, Don't Get Your Meth Here. Nobody would have thought anything about it.
Just drive right on by.
Boner candidate number 2, I don't know. Maybe the pug needs a tux. There will be a picture at x96.com/live.
It's adorable.
A former administrative assistant to an Arkansas. There's a picture. There was another picture. I think somebody photoshopped it. He's holding he's got a little cane, a little walking stick. A former administrative assistant to an Arkansas county official has pleaded guilty to fraudulent use of a credit card after prosecutors accused her of using public money to buy many personal items, among them a tuxedo for her pet pug.
Well, tuxedos are expensive.
Christy Goss, well, especially, he's been renting them. Anytime he has to
have an event,
anytime he has an event, he's been renting a tux. Christy Goss was set for trial this week, but pleaded guilty Monday. Authorities accused Goss of fraudulently charging $200,000 to a Garland County credit card on purchases including the dog tuxedo, a diamond bracelet, tickets to an Arkansas Razorback sporting event, and sequined throw pillows and pet insurance. Goss had worked as an
pet insurance. She loved her pet.
Yes. She did. Goss had worked as an administrative assistant for the Garland County judge in Hot Springs, Arkansas. She will be sentenced November 22nd. Boner candidate number 2, I don't know, maybe the pug needed a tux. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, well, we got some utilities, we just couldn't afford a pole.
Boner candidate number 3, after this here, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Introducing Del Taco's new Queso Blanco, a creamy blend of real cheese and peppers. Try it on nachos, fries, burritos, and more. Delicious queso from a drive-thru. That's unfreshing believable. Participation may vary.
Tragedy.
Oh.
Frank Vincent dead at the age of 80.
I can't remember his Sopranos character name.
If you don't know who I'm talking about, if you look at a picture, which you can see probably at x96.com/live, Frank Vincent, 80 years old, known for his roles on The Sopranos and in several Martin Scorsese films, died in New Jersey on Wednesday. He suffered a heart attack last week and underwent open heart surgery. He died from surgical complications. He was one of the most recognizable character actors in the biz for 41 years, known for tough guy roles in mafia movies.
He was Phil Leotardo.
He was Billy Batts in Goodfellas.
Go get your shine box.
Phil Leotardo, Tony's nemesis in The Sopranos. He also was in Raging Bull, Casino, and Do the Right Thing. He was one of those guys who just kind of looked like a gangster. And so he always got
died
cast.
In Jersey. He lived as he worked, as he died. It's Jersey. He didn't die in, Sacramento. He died in Jersey.
And that's exceptionally significant.
It is.
Jersey way.
It sure is. A gay couple denied the chance to have a baby using a surrogate has challenged a Utah law's reference to heterosexual parents on Tuesday in a case that illustrates the legal complications that LGBT couples can face but should not face when starting families amid a national patchwork of surrogacy laws. The case came before the Utah Supreme Court after a judge refused to approve the couple's surrogacy agreement. The judge in southern Utah cited references to a mother in the law, to a mother. So there's, in the law it says a mother. The requirement that the prospective parents prove a woman can't have children without serious health risks before they turn to surrogacy. That's what it says in the law. You can use in Utah law, and it's different in every state. Utah law says, and this was a law that was on the books before same-sex marriage was ever around. It says you can use a surrogate only if the woman in the relationship can prove that she is unable to bear a child,
which is crazy to me. But
and also would have serious health risks from pregnancy.
In other states, women that just don't want to be pregnant can get a surrogate.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that there's anything wrong.
That discriminates against male same-sex couples who want to start a family, said Edwin Wall, an attorney for the two men who want to remain anonymous. Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes won't stand in the couple's way, he said. State lawyers didn't appear before the high court. So, in other words, the state of Utah isn't contesting it. But the judge in southern Utah
has decided
to be so it'll go further than that, and I think but it won't go. I don't think it'll go a long way because the state of Utah has chosen not to step in the way. You see what I mean? So I don't think it'll go too far. Nationwide surrogacy laws are a patchwork, even for heterosexual couples, but it says the situation is crying out for better, current, up-to-date statutes that reflect the reality that people are using gestational carriers in different ways. I use my gestational carrier when I go to the grocery store to put things that I don't want to thaw.
It should just not be anybody's business.
If you're adults and you're agreeing to something, who cares?
The Utah Transit Authority has discovered some interesting facts about who rides the system.
Okay.
And who pays more. So they did a study, and about 1 in every 3 bus and train riders, that's 31%, are university students who've been given passes or buy them at a very discounted rate from their schools.
That's not surprising.
But they provide only 16% of all UTA fare revenue. So that's significant. Mm-hmm. It's 1/3 of the riders, but only 16% of the revenue
they get
comes
discounted,
from them, or free. Workers who buy or are given passes from their employers provide 19% of all UTA fare revenue, but only 7% of its ridership. There's been talk about UTA, the state just stepping in and saying, okay, you're not a quasi-private entity anymore. We're going to run it. The state will run the Utah Transit Authority. And I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's been too many questionable deals made from UTA, and let's see, Anthony Scaramucci.
The Mooch.
The Mooch wants a paternity test.
Oh, he hates her.
In his divorce, he believes his newborn son.
That doesn't look like me.
He says his estranged wife, Deidre Ball, could have been impregnated by somebody else while he was away building his now famously failed political career for Donald Trump.
I feel bad for the kid for a number of reasons, but because it's probably his. But someday this kid's going to know, my dad didn't want me so bad, he was hoping through a DNA test it would be proved I was someone else's.
I think it's not going to be any surprise to the child when the child grows up that his dad is an asshat. And Justin Bieber apparently told Marilyn Manson, I made you relevant. And Marilyn Manson said, hold on a second.
So if you go to x96.com/live, you can see a picture of Justin Bieber wearing a Marilyn Manson T-shirt.
And he was apparently selling T-shirts that had Marilyn Manson's image on them.
Really?
Manson says, when I first met Bieber, he was already wearing the shirt that had his name on my shirt, and he said to me, I made you relevant again. Bad mistake to say that to me, Manson said. The next day I told him I'd be at his sound check at Staples Center to do Beautiful People, Manson recounts, at which point Bieber confessed that the T-shirt was his idea. Manson never intended to perform with Bieber, but he believed that I'd show up because he's that stupid. Manson says he eventually took all of the proceeds from those shirts from Bieber.
Good.
They didn't fight. They were just like, yeah, we know, we're wrong. Here's your money. Sorry, we didn't. He was a real piece of S in the way he had this arrogance to say, I made you relevant. No, I think, he was trying to use Marilyn Manson to make himself relevant.
Look, I'm cool. I like Marilyn Manson. Yeah, Marilyn helped you.
Marilyn Manson has a new album coming out.
He's coming here.
In October. It's called heaven upside down.
Can we book him in the Spanish Fork Fairgrounds?
I think he's playing at the Complex, actually, which I was surprised that. Oh.
Well, he hasn't been around.
I guess
for a while,
not. He'll sell that out.
Yeah, we need to get him here in the studio.
For sure.
All right, that's it. Traffic, sports, weather.
Yeah, sports. I have a giveaway for you. Call right now, 877-602-9696 if you would like some tickets to Saturday's Real Salt Lake game. It's an 8 o'clock game. They play Portland. So if you'd like those, call right now. We're not even going to make you do anything crazy. That's it.
Do you have that sports story I sent you? This is interesting.
This is in Boston. Security removed 4 people from Boston's Fenway Park after a giant banner, reading "Racism is as American as baseball" dropped over the outfield wall on Wednesday night. The sign with large white letters on a black background appeared in the 4th inning as the Red Sox hosted the Oakland Athletics. The all-caps message prompted loud boos from the crowd that continued until guards removed the banner. It was only up for a few minutes, but there's plenty of pictures of it available. The group said that while being escorted out, they'd been inspired by Black Lives Matter. So, and there were 3 white kids that were that put the banner up.
So are they trying to imply that all baseball fans are racists?
No, they just mean it's
endemic.
Yeah,
racism.
It's not a comment on baseball specifically.
Yeah, it's as embedded in our society as baseball is.
Exactly. That's all. That's brought to you by Bad Apple, introducing low price guarantee on iPhone screen repair. Just bring in the advertised price from another business, and Bad Apple will beat it. Now with 10 locations, go to badapplerepair.com. Weather, we've got fall coming. Here it is, and doesn't it feel nice? Spotty sprinkles now, and then some thunderstorms possible later. Better chance of that tomorrow, and much, much cooler tomorrow. 80 for a high today, 64 for a high tomorrow. And traffic, let's see what we've got going on there. A couple of people said small accident, eastbound lanes 47 South and Bangerter. Super slow on Bangerter, so that's affecting a few people there. Traffic, we've got, let me refresh this quickly so you get the most up-to-date information. Crash southbound I-15 at the Layton Parkway in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 33rd South. We've got, another one. There's a couple going on in Davis County, southbound I-15 causing issues. And that's your traffic, brought to you by Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest. Escape for the whole weekend with the Oktoberfest Getaway Package. Lodging, daily breakfast, all-day activity pass from $105 per person per night. Get all the details at snowbird.com.
There's boner candidate number 3. Well, we got some utilities. We just couldn't afford a pole. It's a pretty funny picture. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in Florida says they caught a pair of men trying to make off with a massive utility pole.
There it is.
It's not a small...
No, it's a big light pole.
It's a utility pole.
The ones you see on the freeway.
They tweeted a picture of the 2 men seated on the curb in handcuffs. In the background,
neither of them are wearing a shirt, by the way.
There's no air conditioning. The power's out. In the background, there's an SUV with a giant pole strapped to the roof. Multiple police departments in Florida have warned citizens about using the hurricane as an opportunity to commit crimes. In Miami, police posted a photo of the jail cell full of people that they say were caught looting. In this case, these guys were trying to steal an entire utility pole. Boner candidate number 3. Well, we got some utilities. We just couldn't afford the pole.
Did they say what they were going to do with it?
So I suppose it's
sell it for scrap.
Yeah, I suppose it's worth something for scrap. Yeah.
It's on their van, on the top of their minivan. This little passenger van.
Amazing.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
So, boner candidate number 1. Well, we probably should have named the shop, but don't get your meth here. It's a Colorado auto shop called Get Your Fix Automotive. It was not really selling or fixing cars very often. They were selling meth to drivers who were waiting for their car to be repaired. Boner candidate number 2. I don't know, maybe the pug needs a tux. It's a woman in Arkansas admitting to using county money, a county credit card, to buy a lot of things, including a tuxedo for her pug. I'm surprised you didn't ask, Gina. They left it out. What's the dog's name?
Oh!
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you were so overwhelmed by how cute he was in that
true.
tuxedo that
I didn't think.
You didn't think. You were just
now
stunned.
I need to see.
I think all pugs need tuxedos now that I look at, or that color of pug particularly. And then boner candidate number 3. We got some utilities. We just couldn't afford a pole.
There you go. Time to vote. Carefully consider these 3 candidates. Decide which one of these 3 is the worst in your mind, which one of these 3 deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Your choice will give it a 50-50 chance. We do boner fight at 9:25. 1, 2, or 3, the candidate that you decide, put that number of the candidate in the message of a text. Text that to 33986, our text short code. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. It's another way to vote. Looks like Nick is taking the votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, September 14th. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. You've got 300 seconds to decide. Boner, Round 2. Here we go.
When Radio from Hell ends at 10, John Smith...
Sitting here in my room with Dean Cardinal, Worldwide Trekking, and a man who's become a good friend, Geljan Sherpa, and we're sitting here talking to you on a cell phone, essentially, which is amazing to me that you can do this where we are. Let me try to describe this. We are actually in a really remote part of the world. You can helicopter in here, but it's horribly expensive, and people don't do it much. People walk to get to these places, and they walk for days and days. There are people who live way up in the Khumbu, and they come down here. Kind of the Namche Bazaar is, would you say it's a halfway point between here and Lukla?
Yeah, and it's a trading spot between the valley and Tibet, and a place where people come together for the Saturday market to trade goods, to buy goods, and everything else.
And so people walk for a long time to get to these places, and people walk. They'll walk from very remote places up by Everest, and they'll come down here to trade, as Dean said. But what's really unusual is that people have cell phones everywhere. It's just stunning in its incongruity. It's just incredible. You'll be walking, I'll be puffing my way up a trail, and some Sherpa kid will be, carrying a big heavy load of stuff and talking on a cell phone, it's just an amazing thing to see. I should describe a little bit. I don't think I described very well. Coming into Namche Bazaar, there are these giant prayer wheels in houses. I'd forgotten about this, and I asked our friend here, Geljan, what those were, and he said the river used to run under those prayer wheels and turn the prayer wheels, but the river has been kind of diverted. I don't know why, but it turn the prayer wheels anymore. So yeah, so it's just such a world of contrast here, and you'll see all of these Sherpa kids wearing kind of American, westernized-looking clothes, and talking on cell phones. But then they're also very into their culture. And I just want you to tell people really quickly, Geljan, what you call your son. What's your nickname for your son?
My son's nickname is Chicken Head.
Chicken Head. Geljan. You see, Geljan is like fathers everywhere. His son, Pasang, right? Pasang has a kind of a weird hairdo with it kind of sticks up, and he's dyed it a kind of a red color, and so his father, being like fathers everywhere, doesn't like it, so he calls him Chicken Head. anyway, we'll have more from Namche Bazaar. I'm Bill Allred, heading for Tibet. Tibet? No, not Tibet.
Nickelback. I said, because it's Nickelback.
You ever heard Nickelback on this station?
We're not. The reason we're not giving away tickets or talking about it is because it's Nickelback. All right.
All right, time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 is brought to you in part by Roasted Potatoes.
You know, we still don't have any Spud Nuts. I keep reading this copy.
Well, it doesn't open until tomorrow.
So, but Gina thinks if she reads the copy, she should have Spud Nuts.
No, it's a soft opening.
I have been told that we will get them, but shh. We'll get them in the future.
Grand opening of the new Johnny O's Spud Nut Shop in Layton, September 16th on Hillfield Road in
Saturday.
Layton. But going on now, so they're open.
Oh, they are open. Oh, okay.
Buy any coffee, get a Spud Nut for 25 cents. And on Saturday, buy any dozen, get the second half off and a free fountain drink.
All right, we had, boy, it was close voting. Boner candidate number 1, yeah, we probably should have named the shop something like Don't Get Your Meth Here instead of Get Your Fix Automotive. Maybe it should be Don't Get Your Meth Here Automotive. But when we called it Get Your Fix, it didn't win anyway, I don't care. Then there was Boner candidate number 2, did very well. Did very well. I don't know, maybe the pug needs a tox. Woman who embezzled county money to buy a bunch of personal items, including a tuxedo for her lovely little pug dog. And voter candidate number 3, well, we got some utilities. Now we just couldn't afford to poll. That's a couple of guys in Florida trying to steal an entire utility pole that was downed by Hurricane Irma. The winner of the Boner T-shirt, Jasmine. And the winner of the Boner voting by only 3 votes, number 3. We got some utilities. We just couldn't afford a pole. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think that one would do. Well, but it did.
There you go.
Now it is contender for Boner of the Day. We'll have Boner Fight at 9:25 to decide. You will decide when you call in.
So I filmed this. I was in this movie that Trent Harris directed. Now Trent Harris is
local weirdo.
He's a really a talented guy.
And a local weirdo.
He's a very, and he's also one of the nicest guys.
He's a great guy.
He's just so nice whenever I'm around him and, I work with him or when I just talk to him on the phone. We'll have him on the show next week, I think. So this movie I was in, it's a long time ago I filmed these scenes. It's called Welcome to the Rubber Room. And Trent is finally going to show it to the public.
I would ask what it's about.
But,
well,
it's Trent.
There's never a clear plot.
Well,
for most of
the trailer. Now you can see the trailer if you want with sound on our Facebook page. I believe it's been posted there. Yeah. We can show it here on our video stream.
But there's no sound.
But I guess there's no sound.
No. So go watch it on our Facebook page.
And
I don't think Trent's going to press charges, or would it be YouTube that would have a problem with it?
It's YouTube, I think. Yeah. Although this is on Vimeo, isn't it? Oh no, we're going to YouTube though. Yeah.
No,
anyway,
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't do it.
It's on our Facebook page.
Anyway, let me just say I don't know what it's about exactly, and I'm in it.
You have a script.
It's. So,
did he?
So next Friday, the 22nd. Hang on for a second. Let's start. Next, the 22nd, he's showing the trailer now. Go ahead and play that, and I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Okay.
Dying nation.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to do about it, Bob?
About what?
The meltdown. The end of the civilized world as we know it.
It's almost
the
synced
complete
up.
takeover of everything good by the hedge fund money-hoarding monsters of the earth.
Rejected by cinematic authorities worldwide, banned from festivals everywhere. The critics are raving.
From a director who's always been on the outside looking in, except for that one time they let him in, and then they quickly kicked him out.
Ruben and Ed.
Yeah.
Who did that?
You got hit by a shoe.
I did. A film that honestly deals with today's hottest issues.
I am a man and a lesbian. I'm sorry.
How does that even work?
That was the best sex I've had since grade school.
You're not going to believe this, but Bob gave $1,000 to a duck.
Shocking. Out of this world.
Spaceship.
Yeah?
He's getting back to his...
Organizing an art show. A revolutionary art show. A gathering of work that will shake the walls of the city.
Now, your best friend is in this next scene, Carrie.
Well, how's that going to work?
Fight fire with fire.
Lights!
All you think about is your stupid wife. And that volcano could destroy us all.
Is this supposed to be a comedy?
Cut!
America's under attack by filthy rich screw bums. There's your best friend, Carrie.
Oh, boy.
Ours is our only defense.
Buster.
Yep.
Welcome to the Rubber Room. What good is art if it doesn't start a riot?
A riot?
Yeah, that's Trent.
Yeah. I don't have any idea what it's really about.
Seriously, you were given a script. You read.
Well, yeah.
Or you got your parts. Like I said, you saying you got a script, you're taking... Trent may not have given him a script. Trent may have said, here's what you're going to say. You know?
Yeah, I didn't see the whole script. So anyway, it's the premiere of this movie, Welcome to the Rubber Room. That guy, by the way, with who's the transvestite lesbian or whatever it is, that guy's name is Pat.
Mm-hmm.
He is really good. He's been in every single Trent Harris movie going back to, except for Ruben and Ed, I think, but Plan 10 from Outer Space.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the premieres at the Tower Theater coming up Friday, September 22nd at 7:30. And it will be an experience. I mean, I love working with him. I love working with Trent.
I'm sorry, Bill. The last movie of his you were in,
Delightful Water Universe. I really liked that. I actually liked that.
I didn't get it.
Well, you don't have to get it. You don't have to get it.
I'd like to
it
get
helps.
it. I'd like to get it.
It's more just let it sort of happen to you.
Oh, and it happened.
Yeah, it'll happen to you. Welcome to the Rubber Room.
It happened all over the theater. Oh.
Trent will be here, I think, next week. We'll get him to explain, or try to explain as best he can, what the movie is
Again,
about.
you're asking Trent to...
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Well, he does. He's just not maybe sure how to tell you.
Well, I'm not exactly sure how to convey this, Bill.
You'll just have to see it.
Yeah, I think if you just see it, it's better that way.
Here's my favorite Trent Harris saying. He says this all the time. Well, for hell's sake. That's about the most you ever hear him swear. Well, for hell's sake.
So that's on our Facebook page? Is that where you see that?
Yeah, you can see the trailer if you want to watch it over and over and over again. And try and make some sense of it. Welcome to the Rubber Room.
People are saying it sounds like a Steve Brule clip.
A little, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I guess you could go there.
But can you go anywhere on the roads?
Oh.
Because is the traffic.
That's what they're asking right now.
Let's see. Northbound 1300 East at I-80 in Salt Lake. The right lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15 123rd South in Salt Lake. Crash westbound I-215 at 5th East. The center lane is closed there. And crash southbound I-15 just prior to Beck Street in Davis County. Crash southbound I-15 9th South in Salt Lake. Crash southbound I-15 Layton Parkway in Davis County. Southbound I-15 through Davis County has had a couple of issues this morning you should be aware of. That's traffic.
You know, when we were doing the Rubber Room, we had to have zero res in to clean the carpets after.
Why? Wasn't it all just rubber?
No.
No?
Well, they can clean rubber, I think, can't they?
They clean tile. They clean
tile.
upholstery.
Yeah. Zero res, if you need your carpets done, were they just at your house recently or they're coming?
They're coming. It's fall clean your carpets and tile time for me.
Yeah, the zero res process, they use less water, so that's environmentally friendly than other methods, and that means less water in your carpets, and they don't use any soap. No chemicals, and don't ask us how they do that.
They can explain it to you, and it makes sense.
No.
We could try, and it wouldn't make sense.
They clean your carpet will dry faster, and stay cleaner longer with the zero res process. So right now, if you tell them that Radio from Hell sent you or X96 sent you, you'll get carpets cleaned for just $33 per room. That's $33 per room of carpet, but you have to mention us. Some restrictions do apply. Call Zero Res, 801-2880. That's 288-9376, or go to their website, zerores.com.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you.
We're broadcasting here from Namche Bazaar in Nepal. We're sitting in my room at the Zomling Guest House and Panoramic View restaurant. I met the owner a few minutes ago and did a little interview with him. Maybe you'll hear some of that coming up on the show at some point. An interesting man. His name is Saddam Sherpa, and he is he's from Tibet. He came here from Tibet. And I was just going to ask Geljan, you don't mind being on the radio for a second, do you, Geljan? I'll come over and sit by you. I heard people asking you today about Sherpa. What is that? Is that a last name, or what is it, or why do they say Sherpa?
Yeah, Sherpa means the name of our caste. We have different family name. Like, for example, my name is Geljan Sherpa, and then my family name is Lama. Yeah, so I really want to make it clear the people who are very confusing about the Sherpa people. The people think the Sherpa is like our name of our profession. So it's wrong. So Sherpa means our caste name.
It's a caste name. And what does Sherpa mean? You told me that today.
Yeah, Sherpa means in our language that we are Eastern people. We came, Shar means East, Pa means people, and we came from the east part of Tibet. So that's why.
Why did you all come here from Tibet?
Yeah, there's a quite confusing. Somebody says there's two things. Somebody says maybe there that time there was very big influenza disease, and so that people were very scared, and they come over here to the Nepal. And somebody says there was a war. There's like a civil war, and then there's a people that they lose the war, and then they came over here, and but yet we don't know which one is true.
And this was hundreds of years ago, right?
No, it's approximately 500 years ago. We don't have exact data.
Yeah, 500 years ago. And from what I've heard you say about Tibet, I mean, there's a kind of a longing for Tibet. Is that true? If somehow you could go back to Tibet, is there some feeling like that?
I'm sorry, I'm really confused about your question.
I mean, you hold Tibet with a great deal of reverence. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Tibet is, of course, really no more. And we'll talk to Geljan later on in the trip too. He's very worried. He thinks the Sherpa people are going to be no more at some point. And so we'll talk about that. But that's it for now. I'm Bill Allred, broadcasting at the Zamling Hotel and Panoramic View Restaurant in Namche Bazaar, Nepal. here I am at 12,887 feet, Tengboche. The Tengboche Monastery is here, and 5.5 hours on the road to Tengboche today. The first part of the walk, I'd say the first 3.5 hours, fairly nice, fairly leisurely. We left Namche, and it was just kind of gentle up and down. And then we crossed the river, what's the name of the river again? Dudakosi River. We crossed the river and had some lunch and then started up. And it was, I'm telling you, it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, up, unrelenting, up to 12,800 and some odd feet. So it's not a walk in the park. Well, it is a walk in the park. This is this Sagarmatha National Park. Sagarmatha is the name of Everest in Nepali. So anyway, I'm on the trail, and I saw my first yak today. You don't see yak down low. As a matter of fact, if the yak go, I guess, below about 12,000 feet, they will die. They can't go down to where we started. Conversely, there are buffalo down below and cows down below, and they can't come up high, or they will die. And there's a great story about the buffalo and the yak. The yak apparently there's no salt in Nepal, and so the yak decided that they would go to Tibet and find salt for the people of Nepal. And when they got to Tibet was so beautiful, they decided they would just stay. And so the cows, and you'll see the cows and the buffalo always looking up, and they're always looking up wondering when the yak are going to bring the salt back. Does that make sense? Anyway, we passed places that were offering fresh yak cheese. I didn't try it. But I will, and yak milk soon to come. Coming up in just a minute, I'm going to talk more about the trek up here and about the rhododendron forest. We'll talk about that coming up.
So, Third Eye Blind, huh?
They have other songs.
Do they?
That was one of them, but we never play. And I like that.
I'm not familiar with that song.
Graduate.
Did I graduate? And we have, let's just give those tickets away now, Richie. How do you feel about it? If you enjoyed that Third Eye Blind song and would like to go see Third Eye Blind, call 877-602-9696. We'll give you some tickets.
All right.
I did a mean thing yesterday. I didn't mean it to be. I didn't realize how mean it was.
Well, then let me be the judge. All right.
Got an email from my kid's school.
Okay.
Which one?
Well,
the boy or the girl?
Jonesy and Muhammad. They go to the same school.
Oh, they go to the same school?
Yeah. It was
okay.
Concerned both of them?
Well, it just said today in the library we have flu shots available.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can come get your kids and go get a flu shot, and you can get a flu shot, and like, oh, that's awesome. That's
great. Okay.
I don't have to make a special trip to go get flu shots. We can just do it at school.
Okay.
And I thought, well, I'll go a little early before school gets out because there's going to be a rush after school.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
If I go slightly before school gets out, we can beat the rush and get out of there. So I go to the office and I tell the secretary I'm going to get Jonesy and Muhammad out just a little early for flu shots. Okay, so she calls them. There's phones in the classroom, so she calls each of their classrooms. And they come to the office and they're smiling and
Jonesy Barberi.
Yeah. Please come
Muhammad Barberi, please report to the principal's office.
Miss Gradapo, could you let them out of class?
Yeah. And they're like, what? Well, this must be something fun.
Because there's Mom.
Mom's here.
She's taking us to Disneyland again. It's Harry Potter world. We're going to London.
We're going to go have pie.
Because you're right, Carrie. There's
You've done this.
precedent for
Exactly, there is.
Guess what? And they're all smiles, and they're so cute and hugging me, and it's
Yay.
So what are we doing?
Should have made your husband do this.
Well, we're gonna go get a flu shot.
We're going to get a flu shot.
Their little faces just fell. Like, what? And part of it was they were like, well, you should have. They wanted to prepare for it. I said, well, if I told you, last night before you went to bed, and I'll come to school early tomorrow so we can get your flu shot, you would have worried about it all day. You would have thought, oh, when's Mom going to get here for the flu shot? So I did you a favor by not warning you about it.
Actually, if it had been my kids, they would have run away.
Tomorrow I'm doing what?
Yeah, I'll run away. They just would have left school.
And when they say we wanted to get ready for it, they mean mentally prepared, right?
Like, what, you mean you're going right now? Well, who's going? Then it's all who's going first and who. Well, and I said, well, I'll go first. And then Muhammad stepped up. He's like, oh, I'll go first.
Hell, I've been clawed by a bear.
Yeah. And I get mine, and they're like, well, and they're watching, and did it hurt? And I said, no, it's just not bad at all. Now, I have flesh on my arms. Muhammad in particular has no flesh.
He has none.
And he's like, and he said it hurt.
Yeah.
But then I felt bad, so I said, okay, well, I'll take you anywhere you want.
Disneyland!
I'll take you anywhere you want for dinner. Because Joe was working late last night. He said, well, where do you want to? So your mom says, I'll take you anywhere you want for dinner.
Sushi?
No, he's a weird kid. He's not going to say McDonald's. He's going to say...
Well, but this isn't just Muhammad. This is Muhammad and Jones.
So they have to fight
they
about
have
it a
to
little?
agree on where they're going. Now, if it were up to him, it would be like going out for oysters
He
or
would.
something.
That's right. He would. But she wouldn't go for that.
So they agreed on noodles.
Oh, so you went to Big Jim's Chinese buffet?
No, noodles.
Oh, Noodles the restaurant.
Yeah.
Isn't it Noodles and Company?
Yes, it is.
Noodles. See,
Don't
said
leave
that.
the company out.
And I'm like, guys, we can go anywhere. We want noodles.
Boo.
We can go other places that have pasta. There's all kinds of places we can go where you can
No, we want inexpensive, sort of not very good tasting pasta.
No, we want noodles.
I never order pasta at a restaurant unless I know they make the pasta there.
Yeah,
well, you don't have to worry about that at Noodles, Carrie.
And
Noodles
Company.
and Company.
But kids love noodle. I mean,
well, I love noodles.
Wow, love noodles.
Hey, you guys, guess what? Kids love noodles.
No, the restaurant.
Oh. So
They-
you keep leaving out in
Noodles and
company.
Company.
I thought you were just talking about noodles.
My kids, I think we went to Noodles and Company a few times. They very quickly decided these are not the noodles we want.
Well, I think you should. I'm saying, Bill, I want to see you do the same thing. I want you to take your kids to get flu shots, and I want to see what...
It happened here, kind of. We were told the last time we got flu shots here in the building that they had flu mist. And my kids had flu mist, and so the older kid says, I don't mind, I'll just get a shot. But the little girl says, I want flu mist. And we got here, and they didn't have any.
Mm-hmm.
And
you promised me flu mist.
Well, she toughed it up. I said, will you tough it up and just try? And she went, okay. And she got the flu shot, and she went, oh, well, that's no big deal. Okay.
Well, I'll take another one.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't. And if they said I want to go to Noodles and Company, I would say no.
Deborah says my 11-year-old daughter picks Subway whenever she gets to choose a special meal. She's the worst. Oh, come on, Deborah. Subway's all right.
There is a way to prevent this. If your children are choosing restaurants that you don't want to go to, don't let them choose.
Well, but I felt...
Or say no.
No, because I felt bad because I ambushed him with the flu shot, and I wanted to...
So fine, feel guilty about that. Just say no, make another choice.
Well,
no, and then when they make another choice, say no,
you can
make
go
another
anywhere you
choice.
want.
So my question is what did you have at Noodles and Company? Did you have company?
No, I didn't. I didn't eat.
You didn't eat?
No.
You watched your kids eat?
Yeah.
That's got to be uncomfortable for
No.
them.
She probably didn't watch. She was probably tweeting.
That's true.
No, I am not on my phone when my kids are eating.
Except if it's a Noodles and
Well,
Company. Weren't you? Come
No.
on.
No, I was.
No.
Don't neglect the company.
But the takeaway message here is get your flu shots.
Is that the takeaway?
Yeah,
There were so many messages.
I've been
here.
thinking about that, actually. Hey, listen, we should tell you that Celia Hatch won those
Third Eye Blind?
Third Eye Blind tickets. And
All right.
Congratulations to Celia.
We got Boner Fight coming up at 9:25.
And I need to talk to Nick
Our
before
intern.
we leave.
Okay.
What, are you going to tell him he's getting the flu shot?
No, shh. You surprise him so he doesn't worry about it.
All right. Mattressfirm.com is the website.
Oh,
you will find one near you. It's true. They don't have like great big signs or anything like that.
You sort of don't notice them.
You don't notice them, and then you do the search and you go, oh, that's down the street.
Yeah, there's one
You know?
within 2 miles of my house. So.
There was one across the street from Noodles and Company when we were eating there yesterday in Sugar
What are
House.
the
It was
odds?
right across the street.
But we just tell you about the website so you can find the location. We want you to go into the location because you're going to lay down.
They're having a semi-annual sale at Mattress Firm right now. They want you to shop with confidence. They're having all kinds of price reductions during this sale. Top name brands on sale, plus an additional 10% off many of the mattresses in stock. And also, they want you to shop with confidence, knowing that you're getting the lowest price. If you happen to find the same or comparable price mattress set for less than their displayed or advertised price, simply bring in the advertisement and they'll beat the price by 10%,
Oh, nice.
even up to 100 days after you buy a Mattress Firm mattress.
Great
Again,
deal.
as we told you, if you want to find a Mattress Firm store, go to mattressfirm.com.
X96 is your home for
So, I realize I haven't talked a lot about food on the trail, and I'll try to send you some pictures. I've actually taken some pictures of plates of food that I've been eating, but it's really interesting. All the places we stop at tea houses for food, and lunch and dinner, and generally we'll have hot black tea. And then you can order. There are a variety of things on the menu, and they're all kind of the same. You can get spaghetti with meat sauce, spaghetti with tomato sauce, spaghetti with a fried egg on top, and then there are also various local things that you can have. For instance, tonight I'm having Sherpa stew with vegetables. And if I want to, I could have Sherpa stew with vegetables and meat, and that would probably be buffalo meat. Buffalo meat. I decided I could have a steak. It's a buffalo steak. I'd have thought, I don't think I want a buffalo steak. So there are all kinds of things you can eat. And the service is really pretty good. It's not very crowded up here at this time of the year, and so the service is pretty fast, and they bring stuff out. But it's I don't know how to describe. It sounds like normal food, but it isn't. It has a really all of it has a very odd kind of twist to it. It's good. It's filling. But it all has this kind of, like I had a tuna sandwich today. I said, let me try a tuna sandwich and a bowl of soup. Well, the tuna sandwich was just a canned tuna on bread that had been heated up. And I don't think there was anything else on the bread. Just tuna and bread, and then it had been heated up. It was a little odd, but believe me, I ate it. And then one of my favorite things, though, is potato time with the Sherpa guys who are carrying our stuff. A great crew of guys carrying our stuff, and they all gather around and have potato time. There's a big plate of like red potatoes, so back home, small red potatoes, and they bake them up and they take them in their hands and they rub the skin off of them, and then they dip the potato in this kind of hot, spicy pepper. Chili pepper stuff. Really good. A hot potato, nothing like it at the end of 2 hours. I walked up and up and up today. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
Stay up to date with the latest from your favorite morning radio show.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have.
Follow Radio from Hell on Twitter at Radio from Hell.
All right, 9:20. We got Boner Fight coming up in a few moments, but first, a little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by Strong Volkswagen of Salt Lake City. You get 100% lifetime powertrain coverage. Your factory powertrain warranty becomes a lifetime warranty. Online at strongvw.com.
Today is Rod Decker's last day on TV.
Is it?
Oh, it's Throwback Thursday. We should have done a Rod Decker undercover.
He won't be replaced, according to Scott Pierce. He can't be replaced.
Well, of course not. No.
On Channel 2.
There he is.
Channel 2 will have other reporters step in, but nobody will do it the way Rod has done it since 1980.
Well, he's a journalist, and that's and they're just not replacing journalists anymore.
But his style and delivery is very unique as well. A former Channel 2 news director, Jennifer Dahl, called him a legend. Current news director Michael Garber said, "In a sea of sameness that is out there, Rod stands out because, well, he's just not like anybody else. His style is peculiar," says Pierce, "but it has worked since he joined Channel 2. Style is everything in reporting, and Rod has that," said former KSL anchorman Dick Norse. "He gets your attention and keeps it. I love Rod. He's unique, unlike any other reporter." Decker said he wasn't thinking about his on-air style when he was doing it. He said, "I was just reporting. It's all I was doing is reporting." His delivery was not an affectation.
No, that's
how he talks.
When you talk to him in person, which I've done, and I interviewed him for he talks that way in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little quieter, but he still has that same cadence.
Can we get Rod to come over, some sort of farewell tour? I'll try to dig up some Rod Decker undercovers today.
He's honest, he's direct, and that's just the way I talk, he said.
You interviewed him. What's he going to do in retirement?
Yeah,
does he fish? What does he do?
No, see, I interviewed him way before.
Oh, that's right.
A couple of years ago. He
you should get him back on.
He was, he was not working as much even then as he had been. He was doing like 3 reports a week or something like that. And I'll tell you, I bet I know what he'll do. I bet he'll write. He's kind of, I'm pretty sure he wrote a novel.
He did.
A crime thriller.
Mm-hmm.
We interviewed him about that years ago.
Long time ago.
So I know he likes to write. And,
so maybe that's what.
My guess is Rod Decker. He'll write. And
and I'm not kidding when I say he's a journalist, and we're losing journalists all the time. I mean, Van Oker, guys like that will ask questions and do follow-up questions. The reporters these days, it seems to me, are just reading press releases.
I guess Rod Decker was working at the Deseret News, and then went over into TV, as I recall. His wife is apparently having some health problems, some cancer, and he's going to
help her.
Help her. Oh yeah, he's planning to work on a book called Utah Politics: The Elephant in the Room.
I get it.
Decker's final day is today, and
well, we love you, Rod.
Let's see. So if you. My kids loved this at Liberty Park when they were younger. There's a kind of a fountains thing there called Seven Canyons in Liberty Park.
I remember
that. It's been inoperable for some time.
Really?
They've shut it down. The city has shut it down. And one of the son of one of the artists who designed the now shut off Seven Canyons fountain in Liberty Park learned the city estimated that it would need more than $1.9 million to fix the 24-year-old fountain. Now,
I didn't realize it was that old.
Sam Goldsmith, the son of one of the artists who created it, said, "How much? Really? Nearly $2 million seems like a pretty steep price to pay to fix the fountains."
You just get a hose.
Yeah.
And you just, at the highest point.
So he was taken
aback.
Run down. He was taken aback when he found that the estimate would pay for a complete demolition and redesign of his father's work. And there were some other artists who worked on it. Earlier Wednesday, Goldsmith's father, Stephen, said it would be disheartening if the entire fountain is just demolished and rebuilt, noting that the stones for each of the different canyon features were carefully taken from the actual 7 canyons. It's meant to represent...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's meant to represent the 7 canyons along the Wasatch Front here.
I didn't know the rocks came from
He said
there.
those are real stones from real places. It wasn't meant to be a Disneyland water feature, although that's kind of what it turned into in that the kids loved to play in it.
Sure.
I had a great time
They
playing
weren't
in
supposed to play in it?
it got to, well, it was
That's
okay.
what it was there for.
It was okay, but it got to be controversial because it wasn't sanitary. There were so many kids in there. So that's part of the reason the city closed it down. They said, well, we've got to come up with a way to sanitize.
Filter the water.
Filter it and sanitize it. They're talking about putting in an ultraviolet sanitation system. So all of that, okay. But, if they have to redo it, but do it with the artist's input.
Yeah.
And make sure that you maintain the integrity of it. And I think that's the way to do it.
That is the way to go. All right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, so here we go. The winner of round 1 going up against the winner of round 2 in the Boner voting. Round 1's winner was, no, I can't use the plane. Secretary of the Treasury, Stephen Mnuchin. Estimated wealth at $300 million. That's how much he's worth. He was a Goldman Sachs executive. He wanted to use an Air Force jet to go on his honeymoon. $25,000 an hour.
I thought Hillary was going to bring in all the Goldman Sachs people. Turns out Trump was.
That's Boner Can. He's not going to use it. Better. Cooler heads prevailed. Somebody in his office said,
"You idiot!
Come on, Steve. How does this look? Really? You're a multimillionaire and you want to use a free jet."
Yep.
And Boner candidate number 2 from the second round. Well, we got some utilities. We just couldn't afford a pole. A pair of guys accused of trying to steal an entire utility pole that was downed by Hurricane Irma.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which of these two is the worst. Which one of these two deserves to be Boner of the Day? Candidate 1 or 2. Just put the number of the candidate that you think should win in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight September 14. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right. It's time to vote. You've got less than 300 seconds to get your vote in for Boner of the Day. It's Boner Fight.
Give me something.
After Radio from Hell in the morning and alternative music all day. X96.
All right, it's time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day brought to you in part by Roast Chicken and Potatoes.
And in part by Real Salt Lake playing Portland Timbers on Saturday. And I believe there are still tickets available for that at rsl.com or the Rio Tinto box office. And we gave away a pair.
We did.
To a
Josh Green.
Yeah.
So we had Boner candidate number 1. So that's no, I can't use the plane. Steve Mnuchin, Secretary of the Treasury, worth a whole lot of money. And he wanted to use a free Air Force jet for his honeymoon. And Boner candidate number 2, we got some utilities we just couldn't afford to pull. A couple of screw bums in Florida trying to steal a downed utility pole. The winner, Boner candidate number 1.
Good.
So it's no, I can't use the plane.
Again, in any other administration, this would be a big deal. This is just a bump in the road for this one.
Yeah, it's just
nothing, and nobody's going to do anything about it. Nobody's,
I need
just quickly. We just shared on all of our social media, Radio from Hell, at Radio from Hell on Twitter, and it's our Facebook page, and the Let's Go Eat Show interview with Rod Decker. Okay, so if you want to hear that. You can go to the letsgoeatshow.com or just go to Twitter. I just retweeted it at RFHBill, the Radio from Hell Facebook page. It's all over the place. Rod Decker. Okay.
Oh, I want Nick to come in here.
Our intern.
Our intern, Nick.
Big Daddy Ratfink Davis. Hi, Nick. How are you?
I am Big Daddy, Fink Davis.
Hey, guys.
I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, I've been.
You're in
sick.
school, aren't you?
Been in school.
You been sick too?
Yeah.
I'm sick. You see, I'm still at work though.
Oh, I know.
I'm
You're way
sick.
better
I
than
come to-
me.
Yeah.
How old
well,
are
that
you?
goes without saying.
How old are you, Nick? Remind me.
21.
21.
21 years of age.
So, I've noticed something about you today, and I have a proposition for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
I will give you $1.
We should do it with a timer too. Like in 60 seconds, okay?
In 60
or 30?
30.
30
30
seconds?
seconds? Okay.
All right, that's pretty harsh.
I will give you $1 for every Doors song you can name.
Every Doors song I can name?
Yeah, and the reason being you're wearing a T-shirt today, which is the Doors.
All right,
You know
you
it's
ready?
a rock band, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I have no idea who the Doors are. Break On Through to the Other Side, L.A. Woman, Spanish Caravan. Now I'm drawing blanks.
Haven't named the famous ones yet.
I know.
No help.
No help. Great. Now I'm on radio, so the brain's not working.
20 seconds.
$3 so far.
L.A. Woman, Break On Through the Other Side, Crystal Ship.
Okay.
Well, it's not like he doesn't know any Doors songs.
Oh,
Time's up.
You did better than I thought you would.
Oh, thank you.
$4.
I owe you $4. I just so we've had Nick on before because he had a was it a Ramones? Adamant pin on his jacket, and today he's got the Doors T-shirt, and I thought he's just wearing that ironically. He doesn't-
This show has made me completely change my wardrobe.
You couldn't come up with Light My Fire?
I was trying to name off the ones that
End?
I've been listening to lately.
I'm actually surprised he did as well as he did.
Well, way to go, Nick. You know the lead singer of the Doors?
Jim Morrison.
And the keyboard player?
Ray Manzarek.
Yeah.
He's the reason I play
Very
piano.
He's the reason you play piano. Okay. All right, I feel a little bit better about this.
Okay.
Well,
and
thank God you feel better about
I
it.
just to see, the Doors, and it's a brand new Doors T-shirt. I can tell that's fairly recently
it's
purchased.
Newer. It's newer. It's already got a few holes in it, thanks to some remotes.
One other interesting fact about that shirt. Turn around, let me make sure. Yeah. If you watch Fear the Walking Dead, last night, one of the characters was wearing that T-shirt.
This same one?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
On Fear the Walking Dead. Love her madly. Love you madly.
Yeah. It's a good look. I'm not saying,
Thank
and
you.
I like the denim shirt over it because the blues match.
It's fall. I'm breaking it out.
Hello,
Breaking
I
out
love
layers,
you.
Why
does my wife just really does not like the Doors at all.
Really?
Doesn't like them. She likes a lot of the music from this era, but
Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name?
You did.
You did good.
You did well.
They're great. They got a cool, distinct sound. I love Ray Manzarek's mix of like the blues and classical performance.
The argument I always hear against the Doors is that he's kind of a third-rate poet. He's not a
Who?
Fine.
Jim Morrison? Or
That's the argument I always hear.
I'm
not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's the argument I always hear. Is that
I get that.
Yeah.
I love going back and watching old live recordings of them in concerts and just watching Jim Morrison go on these Old Testament style.
I saw them
soapbox rants.
I saw them live in concert.
Yeah. Was it like that? Did he just get up and rant for a while?
I always got the feeling he was kind of pretending to be really out of it.
No, he was out
It
of
was
it.
right after he'd been busted for obscenity in Miami, and I think that it was almost the next day they were here in Salt Lake at Lagoon, playing in the Terrace Ballroom, and he was pretty out of it. He just kept saying mainly, "Anybody got a cigarette?" People kept throwing cigarettes on stage, and he'd say, "Anybody got?"
Now, Val Kilmer played him in a movie, and I think if Jim Morrison were alive today, he would be a lot like Val Kilmer. Like a weird, you know what I
You
mean?
think?
Like a grumpy weirdo.
a grumpy weirdo, huh?
Don't you think?
Maybe.
He'd be, like Val Kilmer has all the weird, I'm sick but I don't go to the doctor stuff. I think Val Kilmer would have that.
If you listen to his
Jim Morrison would have that.
If you listen to his voice, I think he would be if he was still singing, and he'd be a crooner, like doing romantic ballads and stuff all the time. That real deep, kind of. Hey.
He'd be hugely fat.
Well, that.
And there would be those embarrassing paparazzi photos of him, shuffling around in his pajamas.
I think he would outscarf Johnny Depp.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd have a podcast.
Jim Morrison's podcast.
Where he just sits and rambles. That's how they get you, man. That's how they get you. No, it's true.
The thing that
That's
made
all it
him
would be.
interesting was his leather pants.
According to Gina.
You went right to leather pants.
That's what made him interesting.
There's that. I had friends in college that had that poster of him in his leather pants.
You had friends? You didn't have one yourself,
No.
but I had friends in college. I knew people who had pictures of him.
No, but that was past his time of when you should. It's like Nick wearing the shirt. It was the same thing. Like, okay, I get it. Like leather pants, I get it.
My girlfriend kept trying to get him to take her backstage.
Your girlfriend.
Yes.
You were there with your girlfriend.
I was.
And you would have been okay with that.
No.
Oh.
Well, write him a check for $4.
$4.
Done.
Okay.
I'm going to the bank later. Cash it.
Thank you. We'll wrap things up here in a moment. Excel Automotive Repair. I get in the chat room all the time. People asking, now, what's the name of the mechanics? I'm like,
You would think they'd know. We talk about them all
Exactly.
the time, but it's Excel Automotive Repair. They're 33rd South, 3rd East. People want to know about the $50 used car checkover. You're shopping for a used car. You want to make sure it's a good deal. You take it to Excel, and that $50 covers you for 2 cars. They'll check it over and say, yeah, you should buy this. This is a good car. Or, no, you better keep looking.
And for a limited time, new customers will also get a full-service oil change at XL Automotive Repair for just $20. Say, I was listening to Radio from Hell. They said that $20 oil change, the full service. You bet. They'll do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's XL Automotive Repair, 33rd South, 3rd East. They're our mechanics. Why don't you make them your mechanics, too?
You trust us, right?
Yeah.
You'll trust them.
Yeah.
And what's great is you can, if you're having your work done, you can go across the street to the movie theater. Because it's right there on 33rd.
So it'll be a couple hours. Hey, I'll go see a movie.
Yeah,
Good
so
idea.
Excel Automotive Repair.
Strong Volkswagen and X96 present Pepper.
We found a pair, my wife found a pair, I should say, of clown shoes at the DI. A giant
Sad
pair.
dead clown.
That's immediately what I thought was dead clown.
How else do they end up
I
at
went
the
right to dead
What's
clown.
sad, what's sad about a dead clown? I know that is a day of celebration.
Depends on where you find him.
Yeah.
If you find him in the forest, that's kind of sad.
It's a gigantic pair. I think they were. I'll take a picture of them and present them next week.
She bought them?
Yeah, for my kid. Giant pair of. They're plastic, but they're meant to be. You can wear them. A giant pair, and I think they're pastel, like baby blue, clown shoes.
Is there a law that says clown shoes should always be red?
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
They're
It
red.
seems to
The
me they
nose
were-
is red. The shoes are red.
It seems to me they were. Yeah.
And was he excited about the clown shoes?
Thrilled.
Congressman Bozo would like to put forth the following law: that clown shoes will always be red.
You know, I proposed this many years ago. I think we should have a National Clown Day where everyone in the United States, by law,
everyone, by law, is required to wear a clown costume. And I mean everyone, from the president to the members of Congress.
You wouldn't do that.
If it was a law,
you
would stay home.
police officer in your home, people could come and knock. Authorities would come and knock on your door, dressed as clowns, and say,
Clown check.
Are you? Yeah, exactly. Are you in there? If you're not dressed as a clown, you're going to clown jail.
You see, this is why Bill would be an excellent Republican. He fails to see the constitutionality, and that's why
the Constitution is suspended for one
day.
One day, maybe a week. A week.
What is the purpose of everybody being a clown?
It would humble all of us. It would humble all of us. We would all become clowns.
That's why you won't do it.
I can see exactly.
I think National Clown Week, and
Really?
everyone has to dress as a clown for an entire week. You'd have to go to old folks' homes and dress the retirees and the shut-ins as clown. Even if it meant just as something as simple as just putting a nose on them.
Question.
Yes.
What about people in comas?
Yes.
Because they need to be humbled. If you've ever met a bunch of people that are up
surgeons, people performing surgery, and the patients, everyone. All right. And now a surgeon, he couldn't wear the big dumb gloves, but he could maybe have to have a nose on under the mask. All of that.
All right.
I think I'm gonna. You elect me. You elect me the mayor of Salt Lake. I'll start it in Salt Lake. It'll be Salt Lake Clown Week, and everyone in Salt Lake will have to dress as a clown.
Now, luckily, I live in unincorporated Salt Lake, so
that's you'll be. But if you come into my city,
all right,
no clowning around.
Oh.
All right.
That's where the term clown fever will come from. People who are sick and won't come in. It's 9:49 right now.
I got stuck looking up pictures of.
You got a
Jim
wedding
Morrison.
announcement there? Did you say? Somebody sent us a wedding invitation?
Yes, which you can do. We like to get your wedding invitations only if there's a picture, though.
Yeah.
Because we like to play the game Who Won? Who got the better end of the deal? You send them to 50 West Broadway, Suite 200, Salt Lake City, 84101.
A picture is fine to say who got the better end of the deal, but I'd also like to see financial statements from both your families.
Sure.
So that I really know who got the better end of the deal.
Now, I've already looked at this, so I'm going to send you the picture and I'll read it to you. There's the picture. Robert and Nanette Brown are pleased to announce the marriage of their daughter, Kelsey Allison, to James Bud Riches. I didn't know Bud was his actual middle name.
Yeah, you think it's a joke, but it's not.
This is Claken.
Claken, our former intern.
His middle name is Bud?
Uh-huh.
We need to ask him what the...
We did. I can't remember where it comes from, but we did ask him, why is your middle name Bud?
Son of Scott and Kathy Riches, Friday, October 6th. Please join us for a reception held in their honor at Cactus and Tropical.
I feel so bad for this woman. I mean, I like Claken, but you got to lose that beard, buddy.
Yeah.
Claken is better looking than that.
Yeah,
he is.
Yep. Now
He's got a big, crazy.
This is a
mountain
very
man
attractive
beard.
woman.
Yes.
She's very pretty.
So he won.
He
won, and she lost.
And Clayton is a pretty good-looking guy.
Clayton can be very good looking.
Except this beard.
It's
He's
possible.
got this. It's like he's an extra for Duck Dynasty.
Well, it's like I wonder if this was ambush photo shoot. Like nobody
No.
told him that we're going to take your engagement photo today.
And you notice he's also wearing a hoodie and kind of a sweatshirt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nice that he got dressed up for his wedding
She
picture.
looks like she did her hair and she carefully chose her outfit.
You know
and-
what this is she adores him.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
I spent some time with him last weekend at a weekend wedding that I was doing, and she very much adores everything that he does.
Well, he
could do no wrong, and he is very sweet.
He is a terrific guy.
Of all the interns that we've had, one that has kept in touch and has said, "Hey, I want to reach out. I heard you got divorced. I just want you to know I'm here for you."
You got divorced?
Yeah, you Bill didn't
I
pay
didn't even
attention.
tell you guys.
No, Clayton's a great guy.
He's a great guy, and congratulations. What's her name?
Kelsey, or I'm sorry, Bill. Let me say that in Utah for you, Kelsey.
And when is the wedding? I didn't hear all
October
that.
6th.
And the where is it going to be?
Well, this is just the reception. We're not invited to the. Is it a temple event?
No. So October 6th. There's still plenty of time, Kelsey.
To back out,
to reconsider,
make him
shave,
Oh.
and
get a haircut.
I think his plan is to trim it.
No, I asked him when he was here the other day, and he said he was getting. I said, "Are you going to shave the beard and groom?" And he went, "No, I don't think so."
these pictures will be around for a lifetime, Clayton.
Get some leather pants.
grow the beard back out crazy after the wedding.
You want your grown children to say stuff like, "Dad, what the hell were you thinking?"
Well, and the thing is, like, think of everybody now, man buns, the really long beards. In 20 years ago, we're going to all look back on the photos of now and go, what?
Well, no, but that's not groomed, cool looking beard. That's just crazy beard.
Yeah,
Let me see
that's
crazy
that's
beard.
Unabomber beard.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh, he's listening.
He is?
He says, Radio from Hell, love you. I'll get to the barber.
Oh, good.
Good.
Now I feel bad.
That's we're helping.
No,
Clayton,
don't
we're
feel
just
bad.
we're saying you're cuter than that picture lets on.
We're
That's all.
helping.
Talk to the folks over at Jed's, and
Yeah.
maybe they'll take
tighten-
care
they
of
will.
you.
They'll trim it up for you.
He got the intern named Clayton because he looks kind of like Clay Aiken.
Yep.
If anybody remembers
A better looking Clay.
if anybody remembers who Clay Aiken is, but
And that was because of his hair at the time. He had, I think, the one shaved side and did like the top comb over. That was pre-beard, and he also has a man bun.
and he was always singing and,
All the time.
and he has a little bit of a southern accent.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So bizarre. The similarities.
Well, congratulations,
Bud.
Yeah, why would somebody have the actual middle? It's probably his grandfather's name or something.
Yeah, you don't run into too many actual Buds anymore. I knew one growing up.
A real name was
real
Bud.
Yeah, but he was an older guy. Owned the Conoco in town.
Mm-hmm.
Bud's 5 Point Conoco.
Well, it's a nickname.
Well,
how often is it an actual?
It was actually his name, Bud and Helen.
In Ogden, there was a drive-in, root beer and hamburger stand called Bud's Frost Top.
Mm. Bring back the real name Bud.
All right.
Yeah.
Might as well, because most fathers call their little boys Bud or Buddy anyway. Hey, Bud, what you doing?
Yep. Well, should we do the promo?
Yeah.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show.
At 7 a.m., it's Best Question of the Week. Please submit your best question to radiofromhell@x96.com and put best question in the subject line.
At 8:45, Tom Hackett is in the studio to talk University of Utah football.
And then at 9 a.m., join us for a segment that we will dedicate to suicide prevention.
That's all on Friday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
You Ron Burgundy'd that.
Well, I was just reading what was there.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But I caught it.
Yeah.
I got official word on why it's Bud.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's his grandpa's nickname. So in
Grandpa's nickname.
So in honor of
Not
his
actual.
grandpa,
Okay.
they gave it to him as an actual name.
Okay.
His grandfather's real name was Rosebud Riches. Rosebud Riches.
I doubt it.
Let me ask him. Rose?
All right. Okay. We good?
I'm done.
You done?
Yeah.
But John Smith isn't here yet. We just leave this?
You gonna get over this in time for the tomorrow show? You think? Gonna go steam or something?
It'll just be the same probably. I'm getting a little better. That's why it sounds so.
It's breaking up?
Yeah, it's breaking up in my chest and stuff. I don't think I'm going to lose my voice anyway.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
You heard of Visine, China?
Visine, China? Is that near Guangzhou?
No.
John Smith is next.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.